Hey everyone, what's going on? It is Thursday night, and it is time for another NLG show, or something like that. Just out of curiosity, did the intro video just kind of pop up out of nowhere for everybody in the chat? Because it seems like all kinds of technical difficulties once again kind of rule the NLG show. So either audio based.
I never have issues, and I had this today, like a ton of issues. It's like, what is going on? It's the case of the Thursdays.
All right. Well, apparently, said it went commercial, then back. So I don't know what in the world.
I'm wondering if the Google commercials was holding it up.
That's possible. I mean, I don't know, man. The internet is going absolutely nuts today. You know what it is? It's GameStop.
Yeah, I know.
all that stock trading got halted today. Screwed up YouTube. So, all right. Well, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I loved it earlier in the while I was getting ready. Mike Garvey and George Games were just having a good old conversation in the chat room. That was fantastic. I love it. So this is what our chat room is all about. And it's great to see everybody. They're lining up. Everybody's coming in the door to have a seat and check out the show. So welcome, everyone. Hey, what a great show for you guys tonight. We've got some special guests and one returning. It's been a while. It's been way too long. Rick, my brother Rick Lagnese. What's up, man? How you doing?
Brothers, it is great to be with y'all. I am humbled.
We're humbled. And look what happened. Look at Peter.
Thanks, Gravigot, for becoming a friend of NLG.
That's all right. We're gonna get him back by buying T-shirts.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna get Jay money for all the awesome stuff that he does for NLG. We are going to buy T-shirts, and we're going to give them away to our membership, and that's how we're gonna pay him. Suck it, Jay. So, but anyway, and also returning once again, our great NLG alumni who apparently misses us enough. He wanted to come back again. Mr. Juan Gallardo, how are you doing, Juan? Okay, now we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
No.
Hey, how's that?
There we go.
Yes.
Works better not on mute. And not loop stupid cat. I'm going to blame the cat. Stupid cat's fault. Anyway.
You leave that cat alone.
No. Great to be back. Great to be back even. Had fun last time. Thought, let's do it again. And got some... You asked how I'm doing. Things are going generally pretty well. We're still, digging the new place. And I just hit 10 years at my job.
Wow, nice.
20th. So I've got the fourth week of vacation this year. I'm going to do it one a quarter, so that I'm never more than 3 months to the next week.
Outstanding.
And help with the burnout. I can't wait. I've already got my birthday week and Thanksgiving secured. Week of Thanksgiving. So
nice.
So winning so far.
Yeah,
it's all good. We have some complaints, but we'll get into that later.
No worries. Graphic God's already. He's got the emojis.
Hey.
I wish I had them.
So, all right. So, I want to really quickly throw haze to everyone in the chat, and then they're gonna say hi and find out what our guests have been up to. So, of course, George Games and Michael Garvey, back from the dead, was in like really early. Graphic God popped in really early, and now a friend of NLG. I'm gonna say hi to, of course. Hold on, I got to get through the conversation between George and Michael Garvey. Brother Jeff Rule, Geeks with Cash, who I'm really starting to dig that man's channel. Mm-hmm. He's got some really cool videos, but also I'm kind of digging some of the live streams he's doing. Very laid back, very good games. So
informative.
Yes, I'm really starting to like Geeks with Cash stuff. Scott P's in the house. Welcome, Scott. Who else is here tonight? Big Daddy Game Studio. COVID shots are next week, dude. Sorry, you'll have to come in live next week.
We'll give you a shot of something. But
is that Brother Nate?
Vaccine.
Is in there?
I think I saw Brother Nate, and of course Brother
Nate.
Rich from. Go ahead.
Good. Oh, and Demon.
Demon.
Yes. Two of my good crewmates from the Sea of Thieves still.
Nice.
Awesome. And Bacon Ice Cream Productions, Brother Rich. Since you were my first Mike, I was a virgin for NLG. DragonHeartYOBY, who we are going to we're going to be getting on this show very soon. I'm really now we got to tone down his language a little bit because coming from Retro Renegades, but I'm really enjoying listening to him on Retro Renegades. He's really got something there. Panda Sub 2000's in the house, and man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna figure out how much it's gonna cost to recruit Panda Sub 2000, get him to make some videos for us because his stuff is out of this world. So Joe Jacobson is in the house. Welcome, Joe. And
that's my man right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. I know. That's right. Brother Indie Gamer. What is up, Brother Indie Gamer? Fellow Gamers United Guild folk. Nathan Fisher, of course. My brother Nate. The man who just absolutely wipes out any deals that you find.
It's true, he is a deal hunter.
He is the deal hunter. He is.
Sometime we'll have to ask him about the skill claw, the Japanese skill claw. It's kind of amazing what he's done with that, but that's another story.
He's almost like his little Japanese import emporium.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Chris.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Wait, you're gonna retract your.
Sorry, I had to turn on my heat a little warm in here. Stubbsy stayed up.
Wow, hey Stubbs.
Hey, Stubbs had a great day today. Did you hear his? He had midweek gaming. He did that just for the fastback.
Just for that. Now I'm gonna that's all I wanted to do.
He's already asking for a refund. Good night.
Stubbs, he had a great show today. 2 shows today. He had midweek gaming, and then he did a Stubbs cast with Cyrilex01, who I did not know anything about. Knew nothing about him, but learned a bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't chat today because I had to make dinner, but. So anyway, midweek was. Oh, that's right. Midweek was yesterday. See, I can't keep up. I can't keep up with all these awesome shows. It all runs together in my mind. So
and it was a good one too.
I can't even keep track of the day of the week it is. So it's like
I'm
who's
lucky.
on? I don't know. I have to go to YouTube and see all my subs and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, let's watch this, watch that. And then I feel bad when I'm like late to the party and it's like
I know.
Dang it.
I know, me too. So, Brother Rick, it's been such a long time, man. I wore this for you. This is the Kingdom Come Deliverance shirt. I rep this when I'm out, even though you've moved on from Warhorse Studios. I know that you never forget your time there. But I wanted to ask you, how are things at Fexture Life? What's going on? And if people might not know what Fexture Life is, so I would love for you to kind of just give them a quick rundown on it. And how are you doing there?
Yeah, sure. And I'll even go back to Kingdom Come Deliverance too, right? Might as well just say, for those of you who don't know, I started my career in the industry by being U.S. community manager for Kingdom Come Deliverance, which of course I'm representing as well. Can't forget. Hashtag never forget. And I met some guys from Fexture Life, and I became friends with them. I mean, you guys know how it is who've gone to events. I mean, you see how we keep in touch on social media, but there's something special about getting together and seeing the same people over and over again. So when things slow down with the game, you release a game, DLC, and an opportunity to be PR manager for Fexture Life. So Factual Life, for those of you who don't know, if you've played Dark Souls and you've ever Googled anything about Dark Souls, I can almost guarantee you've been on Factual Life without even knowing it. Matter of fact, fun fact, I believe if you were to just Google Dark Souls, Factual Life will be like 5th or 6th down. That's how much of an impact we've had on the game. And it started with making a wiki for actually going back to Demon Souls. And we kind of like took off and decided, I mean, I wasn't there, of course, but not only did they want to have a wiki, they wanted to build a website, then a YouTube channel and Twitch. So now we are across all platforms. And they got so busy, these guys are putting in 70, 80 hours a week, and they needed someone to help do all the talking and the emails and, building relations. And that's what I love doing. You guys know that. I love it. I used to be the guy in the booth talking about what's new, for the game at E3 or whatever. And I'm there like 8 to 10 hours presenting the game with Toby. And by the way, I still keep in touch with my Warhorse boys. I will always stay in touch with those guys. Anyways, so what did he say? Thoughts on PS5? Is he asking me or everybody?
I think he's asking you.
Oh, well, I mean, that hit home for us as a company. But as far as Demon Souls, truth be told, I had 2 PS5s and an Xbox go through my house, only to have to ship it to the company and do a giveaway. So I don't have next gen yet, but I did play it. I did get hands on. And Demon Souls is incredible. I've played just about every Souls game, and there's very few games I played twice. And Dark Souls was the first game I played again after I beat it. I never do that, so that means that's how much I love Souls games. But yeah, I love it, guys. I'm on calls with big companies, all the time talking about new games. We build a cool partnerships with some companies. If you guys haven't found Factual Life, we said a few months back that we became the official wiki for the Outer Worlds. I've talked to some of the devs there. I love talking to developers and publishers. And what I meant is on the flip side, where I was promoting a game all day long, now I get to go and see all the games. I keep saying that as if going to events is still a thing. Darn it, I miss events. Dang it. Okay, anyways. I get fired up because that's my thing. I love events. But yeah, so if you guys, most new releases, especially RPGs, that's what Factual Life covers. You'll see us right up there on Twitch because we've been top 5 every single month for most views. We have a massive community base on our website where we do news and previews. And YouTube, we do a lot of build guides and videos and reviews and all that stuff too. And of course, like I said, one of the things that are near and dear to us is our wiki and wiki content for games. And I love talking. I do. I love phone calls. Like, just talk to Larian. We're talking about Baldur's Gate stuff. Talking about games that, I'm sorry, you guys may not know that are. I know stuff that you don't. We'll say. I'm sorry.
If you're telling me Baldur's Gate's coming to console, if you're breaking news,
Yeah. I would be in big doo-doo. But
yes, you would.
Let's just put it this way, we
it'd be worth it to do it on our show.
If I'm going out, I'll go out with a bang, right? No.
That's right. Well, we just have to make you a permanent member, and then you'd have.
No, I get your chair, Mike. I become the chairman.
You are welcome to it.
So anyway, yeah, things are going really good. I'll be with Factual Life now for we'll be 2 years in April already.
Wow.
But yes, but the best part of it is like really getting to know, like, for example, Mortal Shell. You guys played it?
No, but I've heard it. Heard of it.
Yeah. Mortal Shell is like a great intro to a Souls-like game, and they made it so like Dark Souls. People loved it, and I was talking to those guys every day. It ends up we end up calling each other on WhatsApp, congratulating them on their sales. This is stuff we do, and I love that. So. We have a big community, Discord, like I said, website, our forums, and I bounce all around. There you go.
That's outstanding.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that Factual Life was how I got through. I did years ago my first ever playthrough of Dark Souls as one of the first times I ever did streaming or making a video of stuff, and I'm pretty sure Factual Life is how I got the ring that lets you move through the mud.
Oh, no doubt.
I would have missed out without Factual Life. So
No doubt.
That's like a key item. So
I used it. I used it to get through parts of Bloodstained.
Oh yeah, you know what? Our Bloodstain wiki was really good. In fact, cool story. Actually, I don't know if I should say it. I'll say it. I don't care. So they how can I say this? So there was another. I'll say it. I don't care. There was a wiki, another company that they had a kind of like a partnership with that they didn't know they had. Kind of sounds weird, I know.
Yeah.
And so they really liked our communication and our wiki so much that they made us the official wiki, and we became partners more so with the folks who worked on Bloodstain, or at least the publisher. And yeah, it's a great game, and the wiki's beautiful. So you need help, check it out. It's beautiful. Yeah.
You can't get past the first boss of Bloodstain, Peter?
Yeah. Remember the lady that with the tears?
Oh yeah. It's a lot of.
Maybe
It's
I
a
need
lot
to go
of.
to Fix Your Life, and maybe
You
we'll
need to
get some
go to
hints.
Fix Your Life.
Bloodstain, is that the kind of like a Castlevania game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's that. I like that.
In the first level, I found about all secrets, all the collectibles or whatever it is, and just need to get past that boss. Like,
the bosses are not hard, are not easy in that game for sure. They're not easy in that game.
The thing is, like, you don't really notice that there's any progress. That you hit that one. It basically, you don't see any damage and other stuff. It's hard. I don't know.
It's the first boss on the boat.
Yeah.
Just keep hitting her. I mean, you literally just keep hitting her and going at her.
But hitting her where?
Anywhere you can.
Anywhere you can. You're just constantly like, I think you're jumping and just constantly boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Just close your eyes when you're doing it. You might.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, protect your eyes or something.
Yeah.
Did you guys have any info on Remnant, Rick?
Yeah, we were the official wiki for Remnant. And fun story. We were at E3 and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a fan of this game. And I saw the devs in line and I got Cass, who's our director of Fetch Life, and he's our full-time streamer. And he wasn't sure about the game. I'm like, nah, I'm going to go talk to these guys. So I talked to them, kind of make friends, talk to them after. We were supposed to have an appointment at the Microsoft next to E3. What you call it? The Microsoft. They have their own thing. You
Across
go
the street.
Yeah.
At the Microsoft.
And so we had an appointment with them, but we didn't actually have a pass to get in there because we were so busy. And I just talked to these guys and I'm like, look, I need to be in there. And they're like, we can't let you in. So I leave and we're like trying to think of what to do. And Jeff's like, I'm going back to the hotel. And I'm like, I'm not giving up. I'm like, look, I'm supposed to be in. He's like, just take this and go in. I'm like, okay, thanks. So I go into the Microsoft place. I kept bothering him. And then I got hands-on with Remnant. And one thing led to another. And Perfect World has been so supportive. And the guys at Remnant are just awesome. So, playing that game, like it's obviously, as you guys know, it's a Souls-like shooter game. It's a big deal for us to be the official wiki because you'd be surprised how many people do visit wikis for a little help,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, like I was looking at, where can I find I can't think of the name of that, but some of the more rare crafting materials. I was going there to find, where to farm that kind of stuff or whatever. And
cool.
tell you, HGK and I played the mess out of that game. We that's some of the best co-op that I've played in years. Like really good.
Agreed.
The balance and we would work together to get like a party build. I'm taking this item with this particular like effect or what, like an ultimate. I can't remember what they were called, but how like one weapon might give you the ability to summon the insects, the other one might give you a heal. Those modifiers.
Yes.
And working together and calling out when the tree boss is going to do the rain of spores from above, and the communication hugely important. It's so good. Really enjoyed playing through that.
Agreed.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Pull our hair out at times.
It did get pretty tough. What was that boss? The spore boss? The one in the cave, the hive. Guy with all his ads, man. That was tough.
So the one that I had a hard time with, I was playing with a friend, and what is it, like those two wasps or whatever?
Yes, on the
I
bridge.
told-
Oh,
got
yeah,
so-
on the bridge.
I'm not gonna lie, I got so mad at my friend because he couldn't. When they charge up, you have to stop them. Otherwise,
Right.
they do that big shot. He couldn't stop them. He couldn't do it. So I had to shoot the one and then turn around. I'm like, listen, you're leaving. And I kicked him out. And then I beat those bosses on my first try, and then I invited him back in.
That's hilarious.
I was so mad.
Yeah, that's a tough boss. You got to be on point with both of you taking one, calling it out, keeping each other up. I mean, the thing too is, in a lot of the bosses in that game, you have the ability to resurrect the other player. You can even like put points into doing it faster. But unless you're really spec to go really fast, there's no time for that. There's no the bosses kept the pressure on really well, so that you couldn't really have a moment where someone was down and bring them back as easily, which is good. I mean that's that challenge is very rewarding.
Yeah. Agreed.
See, this is the good stuff that happens, man. Now you've got all these games you can talk about, all this stuff, all this breaking news you can talk to us about with things like Baldur's Gate coming to consoles and not just being Stadia exclusive anymore. And right? I mean,
Oh, that I don't know. No idea.
I tried.
I just know that we're working close with them because we really love Baldur's Gate, and if you guys know Divinity, right? I mean, Divinity. Factual Life has more views on their YouTube videos, I'm pretty sure, than almost anybody else. I think like we have the biggest fan base like for Divinity is pretty much our community. I say that kind of, proudly. I guess you could say, because it's there's a lot in our wiki. There's a lot of content in Divinity, and then Divinity 2, and then obviously now Baldur's Gate. It's Baldur's Gate 3. Have you guys? Did you guys get into early access at all, or?
No, because we don't have Stadia.
Oh.
Well, you don't.
No Stadia in my life.
You can play it on Steam.
I'm waiting on a video card to have a gaming PC at this point. My PC that I used to do all the videos I did and podcasting with was just an old tired thing that was barely suffice from getting to work. So I came upon having 2 Xbox Series X's by accident, and so I traded one for a buddy to build me a PC, and I'm just kind of waiting on the video card. But yeah, I that's one place. The one thing I'd like to check out is I used to love all those old computer role playing games, like your Neverwinter and your all that.
Yeah.
So that I'm hoping when I get my video card, I'll be able to do that. But no Baldur's Gate for me yet.
It's funny you mentioned that because Mav just said one of my favorite games of all time was Neverwinter Nights.
Yeah, I saw that. That's cool.
So, of course, Stubbsy, I'm surprised you were up this late. It's perfectly okay. Go to sleep, my friend. It's like 5 hours ahead for them. So it makes it so cool that guys like Stubbs and Indie Gamer and sometimes Daz is in here, and if AssassinLupa shows up, it's. I feel so so blessed that we have folks over on the other side of the pond that hang out with us, even though it's like 2 or 3 in the morning there. So
go ahead, Stubbs. I stay up for your podcast, Midweek Gaming, but that's all right, buddy.
Good
night. Love you guys. Appreciate it.
So how are you doing, Juan? What's going on with you, man?
Well, pretty good. Like I was saying, just turned that 10th year at work and plotting my vacations this year, so that's nice. Working from home, doing still work with the ISP and cable television provider, doing that work, and that's still fun. Been doing a lot of gaming. I'm set up. I set up now in our new place, which I talked about last time I was here. So I've got my bi-weekly tabletop games going again, which makes me very happy.
I know you love those.
I love video gaming, don't get me wrong, but there is no gaming like tabletop gaming because it's personal in a way that online gaming can't be. But yeah, no, a lot of fun with that. I've been sailing a lot. Well, not recently. Last few weeks have been not doing the Sea of Thieves because I've been kind of waiting for the big seasons, which launched today. But mostly I've been playing some single player stuff. Like I wrapped up. I've been trying to knock out some backlog stuff. Like I'm a good ways into Andromeda now, because when I saw how Cyberpunk went, I thought, well, I want to give another look to Andromeda because I think it kind of got a bum deal, and so I'm happy to report that I'm really enjoying that.
Okay.
Also played through Control on Game Pass.
What'd you think of that?
You know, I don't know that I liked it as much. I know I didn't like it as much as Alan Wake, and I'm not sure that I liked it more than Quantum Break. But it's still Remedy and still good. It got a little existential, little Twin Peaks, which doesn't bother me much. But yeah, it was okay. I thought the combat was maybe a little simpler than Quantum Break's.
I could see that.
But and I can understand someone like Geeks here saying not into Alan Wake too much, but I'm a King reader and Twin Peaks fan, so the setting right there put it in, give it a one up on me. But yeah, been doing that, and then also been playing a lot of State of Decay still. State of Decay 2 is fantastic on the Series X. It's much improved.
How many days are you in for your?
Right now I'm doing that 100 day. There's a achievement for 100 days surviving at a difficulty level of Dread or higher, and I'm 65 days in. Nice. And each day-night cycle is 45 minutes, like 45 for day, 45 for night. So it's an hour and a half for each day, so it's 150 hours for the achievement. But yeah, granted on that, and was waiting basically for Sea of Thieves to do their big thing, which I could talk about now. I have some opinions about that if you have a moment.
Of course, we have a moment. Yeah. We've missed you. Let me bring up. I actually got the video for it too, which I don't have to play the audio, but we could play at least the video in the background while you give your opinion. Hang on a second. Let me bring it up. I actually watched it myself, and I'm like, I might like to play this a little more. And then Peter threw some cold water on it.
Hey, Caitlin.
Oh, Sister Caitlin. Oh, Sister Caitlin's here.
All right. That is right. She mentioned, or she mentioned that Control is a technical marvel, and they do some really neat things in that game. Everyone talks about that the ashtray maze.
Yes.
And it was really cool. That's it's a point that stands out. It was kind of funny because when I was playing through, I kind of wandered off course into the ashtray maze, and you can't really do much when you're there if you're not there when you're supposed to be.
I found that out too.
Right. So I'm going through like, this is what everyone's all what But then when it actually happened, then it was really it was actually very cool. And I also like like I said, what they did with the breakable objects and the particle effects and such, all really cool.
The mirror level.
Yep, that was cool. There was a lot of coolness to it, and also Courtney Hope I think did a good job. I liked her in Quantum Break. I thought her story in Quantum Break, with the way she was kind of the one who was there throughout the whole thing and followed the timeline through and spent the time. I thought that was really underappreciated storyline, and so yeah, she was pretty good in that. Yeah, it's better than I thought it was going to be when I started it. But
I'm waiting for the X enhancements that are coming.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird how it hasn't come for Game Pass yet.
Because it's not. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna.
Extra money.
Yeah. But you know what? Did you see the PlayStation Plus?
I was gonna say that in the rapid fire news section. I have the picture of that. The ultimate versions. Yeah.
Well, look, I'll tell you what Control is missing is that you have Alan Wake, you have Quantum Break, and just Control. Maybe they should have said Control 8. Control 8 or something, Bake, or that's the problem. You didn't fall in line with the other two, so
drop the alliteration.
Yes.
Oh man,
that's my take on Control.
So Sea of Thieves, right?
Yeah. Here, I'll start this over.
Been playing it since forever, and been sailed with HK for a long time. Sailed with Fast a few times, and some of our people watch Course of Nate is someone who I've sailed with basically almost from the start. But a lot of great stories. A game that has had something of a turnaround, launched kind of bare bones and was panned largely. But I always loved the emergent gameplay, like the stories that happen when people just make things happen. Like still tell a story when, and I don't want to say HEK might have been along for this, but it was, I know that my brother Joe was there, and we were offloading a ship, and another ship we had partnered with to take down this fleet was offloading too, and I had convinced them to load their stuff into the rowboat we had, and I was rowing because I would help them ferry the stuff to the shore so they wouldn't have to do it one at a time. And as we're doing this, I'm in Xbox live chat, and Joe at the time was playing on his PC, so he's kind of in both. PC can hear both sides, whereas the Xbox can only hear Xbox or vice versa. So, I'm like, wouldn't it be kind of funny if we just, took this rowboat that they're loading up and just put it on the back of our boat and dropped sail and took off? Wouldn't it be hilarious if we just took off with some pirate stuff? And so we're all laughing about it. And then, of course, through Joe's microphone, they hear that and they're like, "What are you laughing about?" And we're like, "Nothing. Nope. Certainly not talking about stealing all your stuff." But there's a lot of good laughs to the game like that, right? So today they released this. They launched the newest change to it, which is the seasons, which is your typical kind of battle pass. I'm not going to say it was my idea, but I did suggest to one of the main designers of the game like a year ago that they should do the kind of thing that's in Gears, which is very similar, where you have levels that you unlock through task or whatever, and you get kind of rewards as you go through it. It lasts for a few months and gives you something to grind on, gives you something to come in and do on a regular basis. And they added that. It looks pretty cool. Stuff that you would get on the pay money store. You can earn. You pay money to get into it, but you can earn those items, and also you can earn the coins you buy with cash. So I believe, I haven't done the math, but I think it either pays for it or comes close to recouping what you pay into it. So, but it's a good way to get in and gives an excuse to sail and yak at each other. So that's all good. There's the I'm looking at behind, but there's different tiers you can unlock as you go. Very similar to what's in Phantasy Star Online, or I imagine Fortnite, even though I've never played it. Those kind of things, and it's good. There's some fresh cosmetics you can earn, and it's a way to do something other than just buying them at the store. So that's all good. The only downside, the thing that is a little disappointing, is that as I'm looking through it, most of it is stuff that I've done a whole lot of times already. Like a while back, they introduced the Tall Tales because people were looking for more story-driven adventure kind of play, and it's really cool when you play through that. There's some neat effects, some kind of like Raiders of the Lost type sections and Goonies reminding places and things like that. It does what it does well, but I did it to completion 5 times through all 9 missions to get all the unlockables. And now one of the things that I would do to earn renown for the new seasons to gain stuff is to do the first Tall Tale again for, I don't know, the 15th time or whatever. So in that regard, it's a little less exciting because it's more of doing the same. But they do promise some new events, some different things are coming. And all the stuff looks good. All the cosmetics are really well done. So I'm on board, but it is a little concerning that there's not a lot of new stuff to actually do. Like, we're not seeing a lot of new mechanics. But that's my stance on the big new addition to Sea of Thieves. There's no better time to start. I'll tell you that. If you ever want to give it a try and you know anybody who does, it's always best with friends. It's always playing solo is what I do that a lot in Sea of Thieves, but it's not the best way. You're definitely at disadvantage to other boats in the server with more players, and it's hard mode. But if you ever want to get into Sea of Thieves, now is the time, because everything is sped up with the way the levels are now. It's less grind to some degree. There's more things to do. There's the seasons going now. So, and of course on the Series X, it's 60 frames for me. Yeah, it's super smooth and looks really nice, 60 frames for me. And then they kind of stealth launched a 1080p 120 frame mode for those people who have TVs that can do that.
Well, they announced it. They announced it with the seasons today.
Yeah,
they made it official.
There wasn't any hint that I had of it coming anyway. No, I don't think anyone.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody knew it was coming. But they announced it officially on their site.
Correct. Yep. So that's really cool. And like I said, definitely, it's a great time to start playing that game. And I'll continue because like I said, I enjoy being on the seas with my friends. It's a beautiful world to be in, honestly. But I do wish that they would start bringing me, something new to do, as opposed to being rewarded again for stuff I've already done.
I wish they would have where you can have private servers.
Yeah, well, that's
invite friends in, and
that's something.
Yeah, just even have like a bunch of boats. Yeah, really a server, not just your own boat.
It's really controversial.
Yeah.
But that'd be something like like on Fridays, Ultimate, Mav Fun Speculation. They have game nights. Saturdays, right. Those guys. This would be a great game if we can have a private server and invite 12 or so people, but
or even if it would be like public service, at least if it would let you go in with a bigger group.
In the same, yeah.
But that's probably not good either because you'll gang up to any foreign boat you see. So,
well, it's really controversial. The PvE VP nature of the game, where it's open world sandbox and you can PvP. Has kind of mutated over the years it's been because and I kind of put it on the feet of like first person Twitch game streamers from Twitch bringing their audience into the game before they added a optional crossplay for console players to prefer playing. It's not a hard preference, but it's not a hard lock, but you can prefer to be matched only with Xbox and console players using Xbox controllers because there was a real balance issue. And once it kind of got out in the first year that PC could run Rush out over console really simply because they had all the advantages of console having being played largely on controller, and at that point even the One X was locked at 30 frames a second. So it was just definitely advantageous to play on PC. And some streamers came over, had some great success. They're beating up on console players, and their fan bases came to the game. Oh, look, and we can play on PC too, and we can run roughshod, and so it turned into kind of a more of a PvP centric game because that's what the later players were there for, as opposed to like the sandbox thing it started as. But that's kind of leveled out too, as more people got into it and such. But that balance is exciting. That's what makes it, especially when like I said, I do solo. I'm a better pirate than some players because of the fact that I've done solo, and you learn how to move fast and get things done and be efficient and, never be stopped for any long point of time where you can't see the horizon or see your boat, because you have to be ready for, someone, because at any point you're probably going to get attacked by somebody. Now, I like that. I like that tension. I like, getting that itch. I've been here too long. Someone could come. But I can definitely understand how some parents want to stay with their kids, or like Fast was saying, you want to do like a game night with some casuals, or not casuals, but you want to
me.
Yeah, but you want to be in that world, and not necessarily have to deal with the people who believe that it's a competitive game like a Call of Duty or a whatever. I would support there being a PvE server, a way to play just versus the environment without the PvP, even though I enjoy the PvP in the game, and I wouldn't necessarily want that from my experience. I don't see why they wouldn't make an experience for those people who want to come to the game if it would have it, because I think you're just cutting off possible players, and of course possible players are people who can buy things on the store. So but the argument is, well, then everyone will go do that, and then what will the poor PvP people do? Because there won't be people who don't want to do PvP against. Only the only people that will be sailing will be people looking to do PvP. Who's going to generate the loot in the world? Who's going to go out and dig up the treasure chest for people to steal if everyone's trying to steal from each other.
They only want to do the easy work, I'll just kill you. Or even remember we were doing those telltales, and it's you don't really have loot, and you come out of an area and they're just waiting for you just to blow your head off and then spawn on your boat so you can complete your quest. For what?
Yeah, it's griefing.
For what? Just grieving. I mean, that's
it is.
Those people need to get a life.
Now, with the tall tales, you get those items that don't have any resale value to a player. Yeah. You can't do anything with them when you steal them, but people will do that just to derail your shit. And be grief, But then the thing is, it's a pirate game, The problem is that too much of the community thinks that pirate means asshole. That pirate means that you have to be a jerk. People confuse pirate and asshole, and it's not a thing. But for example, Joe said in the chat about taking over boats. Funny story: we were sailing, and we were doing this event where you have to give gifts to other players, Heutink, and a lot of people who were playing, they don't they're not up on what's going on, so they're confused. You're sailing up, and everyone's expecting PvP, and no, we just want to give you this stuff. And they're like, why? Because of the stuff that we all know about or should know about, but whatever. And so the last time it was such a pain, we ended up sinking the first two boats that we came across, trying to give them something because they fought for no reason. And the third one, I just went on their boat and I commandeered. I took their boat. I'm like, all right, everybody stay cool. It was like the scene from Pulp Fiction. Everybody stay cool. This is a commandeering. Tell that bee to be cool.
Yeah.
And say bee be cool. And and I drove their boat to where they could turn in the stuff, and here, turn in the stuff, and they did it. But so I like the nature of the game as it is, but I don't see why you would shut out a whole group of players that would play the game without all the toxicity, without all the and the idea that pirate isn't toxic or sinking isn't toxic. It's not. I sink players, I kill players, I take loot. We stole someone's Christmas present, a whole rowboat full of stuff that was a rarest Christmas present to players because they wrote it to us like it was a really silly move they made. And why you would take your stuff to an outpost to turn in that had ships at it, I don't know. But we murdered them and took it and whatever. So but we weren't assholes about it either.
Yeah, there's a difference of being pirate. You were being a pirate or
so, right. We weren't messaging them. We weren't taunting them in chat. We weren't doing all the stuff that you do. In fact, it's so bad in the Sea of Thieves community. And again, I take this back to a lot of it being the Twitch shooter, the COD Counter-Strike Go players that brought their fan bases to the game with their streamings. They're so toxic. They're so hyper competitive. It's cool to be. Yes, it's a competitive game in that. You can try to kill each other or whatever, but it's not enough to just kill them. You have to say that they're shit. You have to say get shit on. You have to whatever has to be super toxic, right? And but that's not toxic. It's just banter, they say, and I don't know why it has to be that. I don't this is how it is in Call of Duty.
This isn't Call of Duty.
Right. Yeah. It's so bad in the Sea of Thieves community. I mean, how bad does the community have to be for this to happen? That just before they actually put the or with the new seasons, they've removed the ability for players to talk to other players or use the text chat with other crews in the arena mode, the PvP centric mode. They totally removed all players' abilities to talk to people outside of their own crew in the game because that's how bad the toxicity was. Joe Neat, the executive producer, he had a forum post that was saying that Arena is 3% of the time spent. The total time spent playing Arena is 3% of the total time spent in Sea of Thieves. And every month it's more than 50% of the complaints about toxicity and harassment in the game. And so they had to take it away from those players. And it's just and of course that was controversial. How are you going to do this? Banter is just part of online. It's just competitive play, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why can't we be better than that? So, come to Sea of Thieves. enjoy it with friends. Be prepared for some assholes here and there. But hopefully someday I do hope that they add a PvE mode for those who would play it. Like I said, it's not. I think it would be boring. I like that. I like that kind of danger, not knowing, and then the rare times when it's not that attack, when they don't attack on site and you're just kind of chilling. It's such a great game. I do hope it goes on for a long time, but they need some new things for us to do, and it's the 4th year in the first season of this, season 1 in the 4th year. It makes me chuckle a bit, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's my take on the current state of Sea of Thieves.
But at least they support it.
They do.
Different than that other game that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, you can't argue that. They have done a pretty fantastic job of supporting the game and everything. And I gotta give them credit. They did listen. I mean, they took too much badgering. I mean, we fought and fought and fought to get crossplay optional for that game. And I fully believe that crossplay should be optional for console players on Xbox Live all the time, for at least for first-party games. I can understand not being able to force or coerce third-party devs into doing it, but for first-party games, it really should just be a system-level thing, because we're paying to play online on console. We should have the option of playing with other people who are paying to play online on console. I think it's pretty basic. Otherwise, you run into all the situations where you're paying to play online at disadvantage to players who are not paying to play online. So that's my take on that. I won't get too deep into that. But.
Yeah, I remember all the cheating and stuff that was going on, and wall hacks and other stuff. Like, Yep. And that's...
Well, you see it everywhere. Like, Apex Legends? Didn't that also have a real big wave of cheating and people turning off crossplay and Call of Duty Warzone, but you couldn't on Xbox. It wouldn't function if you did because Xbox. You know, but and then in chat, and you mentioned too, HEK. My other big game of last year was actually Bleeding Edge, and that died today. You can still play it, but they officially announced that they're pulling support on that.
Really?
That is sad. That just crushes me because that game.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it was a bad game, but because of
No.
See, I'm wondering if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because they kind of went AWOL on that game.
Oh,
so you have less and less people to play with, and new players won't start the game because there are not enough players to play with, or you always play to the same people who have been playing it and are like really good. So it kind of takes the fun a little bit out of it. So then all of a sudden it's like,
Oh,
I mean, did you say that too, where you were playing against the same people over and over?
Yeah, I fully blame the community too for being part of why it died. Honestly, I mean, the biggest part is that it didn't have the level of support, and I think right off the bat it got a bum rap because it was largely labeled an Overwatch clone, but the gameplay is nothing like Overwatch at all. It's but it looked a little like Overwatch, kind of. It looked like that type of game, but like I said, the mechanics are totally different. But that was enough for Steam and Overwatch players on Steam to be in every conversation about it, saying, "Well, just play Overwatch. Why would you play that when you can just play Overwatch? Overwatch already exists and is great, so just play that." It did get a little bit of marketing at the beginning, but then again in chat, Joe says, and is correct, that they did some updates. They added a couple maps, a couple characters, and in the process they broke the balance on two of the characters real bad, and then disappeared. Like HEK said, just milk cart missing. Just have you seen this boy? For months and months and months. And it's Ninja Theory, so we kind of theorized that it's because they have all these other projects, and that was in the tweet from the Bleeding Edge account today, was that with Senua's Saga and Project Mara and Project Insight, we're not going to be supporting this game anymore. But I tell you what, that game had some really great moments of, like, the thing about that game is it had a really high skill ceiling, and it really rewarded good teamwork. And if you had so if you're playing it skilled with a team, playing well, you could have some really epic games. And if you're with ridiculous comebacks, epic last stands, like just kept me coming back, and great characters too. Some of the best characters I've seen in a multiplayer game that's just strictly multiplayer. unique and great dialogue between them, like banter between the characters. Just so good. And I really enjoyed the hell out of it for as long as I could. But like HK said, it got to a point where, there were probably a couple dozen, 3-4 dozen players playing it. And you go into, you wait for a match and you get a match and you have that match and you win or you lose or they quit, because quitters were rampant too. And then you wait for another 5 minutes for a match and it's the same, 8 people or whatever. It just gets old. But so rest in peace, you beautiful son of a bitch of a game. Man,
it was fun though.
Man,
hey, look, if it makes you feel any better, Rocket Arena is suffering the same fate right now. They're still supporting that game because it's newer, but let's be honest, nobody's playing Rocket Arena. Nobody.
Well, now I know.
Who made that game?
EA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's EA. It's on EA Play. Yeah, now I know how Frankie felt when he was, pining for Battleborn all that time. But
yeah,
that's If anyone who follows me on Twitter or knows of my Twitter, Super Solo at Twitter, I did a whole mess of clips and things today from my time playing that game, and it's just so good. But
nice.
That's what I have to say about the untimely, or I guess timely, inevitable death of Bleeding Edge.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, going back to Sea of Thieves, because with Rick here, some of my greatest adventures in that game was with Rick and Peter, and Juan, I have played with you before, here and there, but
you've definitely sailed here and there for sure.
Yeah, but
in fact, I got to be honest, Nate and I still chuckle a little bit about the achievement for the longest dock in the game.
Oh yeah.
But in our channel trailer,
Mike still doesn't have it.
I still don't have it. But in our channel trailer, which I'm making public tomorrow, our 2021 channel trailer, I kept the clip of Peter, Rick, and Jeremy Mercazone.
Oh wow, yeah.
You guys, you three were in a galleon fighting at dock with another galleon coming at you. I stole somebody's sloop. And so you were shooting at them as they were coming at you. They rammed into you. And then I came behind with the sloop and rammed into them while you guys are like jumping off the boat to go take them on. And I kept that in our channel trailer because that was really your motto, Rick, was "Let's go get them."
It's like, oh yeah, everybody. I was a jerk for sure.
You pirate.
I'm a pirate. I mean, come on.
No, I am I downloaded it when I got my Series X, and I did a couple of single player solo runs, and the update in fidelity and frame rate just made the game feel a lot better to me. So I'm ready to jump back in. So you come take me under your wing there, Juan. I'm ready to jump back into this.
Oh yeah, you're always welcome on any boat I'm running for sure. A lot of times now, like what we'll do is when we have more than one, we can try to get more than one boat on a server. With the way that it is with the split and the Xbox, it's a little easier if you sometimes it can take a couple of tries, but if you all join separately at a single time, you can game that enough times to get on the same server with different boats.
Yeah, we've had like 3 boats once, right?
Yeah, there was a time. One time we were running 3 galleons, and
a little
it's pretty crazy, but no, it's doable now. But yeah, there's always room for we always figure out how to get someone on who wants to sail.
Okay.
I remember a great story. I forgot who was all on the boat, but I know I think you were there too, Juan, and I think Nate and you, Mike. So we're on the boat, and we heard somebody was sawing, and So we did a battle and we went on to other stuff, and all of a sudden you hear, I'm on it. You know, on the cannons. It was Mike waking up.
Yes.
It's like we're all past it. That was so much fun.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Also, like, who was it? Oh, Anchorman. When you have your boat like loaded, it's like, hey, let's shoot the other guys. Let's take them on. And it's like, should we unload first? But you already start taking them on. And
Yeah.
Oh, I remember those skulls.
Battle and like,
yeah, Ivan and Rick, they had no fear.
no fear.
I mean,
Well,
we
there's
would
no
like
real
try to
boss.
we would try to have, hey, that looks like a friendly, a friendly boat, and they're over there waving at us and stuff like that, and Rick's like, Rick's like whispered to us, load the cannons.
I mean, it is Sea of Thieves, right?
It is.
Load the cannons. Like,
Yeah.
like, come on, they want to be friends. Load the cannons.
When somebody comes to you and says, we're friendly, and they're flying that Skittle flag,
Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, I've learned my lesson a couple times. I've got burned a couple times. But nope.
Yeah. Turn that.
Shoot first, ask a question later.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Turn their
It's brutal.
ship into Skittles.
We've done a couple voyages where I have one of the things I purchased on the way was an emote for the character that is a coin flip, and it's a legitimate coin flip. There's a random number generator behind the emote, and it'll come up as it's a gold coin with a red enameled side, and and we used to say we'd see a ship on the horizon, and they'd have me flip it, and red equals dead, and that would just be the determination of whether we would go be aggressive or not, and just do it on the coin flip, and that was some fun sailing. That was fun. There was one night, it was kind of epic, where we saw a ship that was working one of the skeleton forts, which is big loot. And so we flipped it, and it came up golden. So we went over to help them because it's not red dead, And they immediately started firing on us. So that, shot that all to hell, and we sank them. And made off with the key. They were just finishing up that fort. And when you kill the captain of the fort, you get the key to the vault. And so we knew they'd be coming back. So we just fled with the key. And we ended up going to another fort that was just, I want to say it was like just being finished by someone else. And so we murdered them and then used the key that we had and left a lot, took that key. But you ended up, kind of giving this crew the slip twice. And I'm not remembering the story well enough to tell it appropriately, but it was a very exciting evening sail.
yeah, definitely have some good memories in that.
Oh yeah, I know. I've always had good times with you guys. I always had confidence when I would run and see these with you guys. Juan, Peter, and we had Nate. Like I always felt like we'd always seem to get the best of, the forts, and anybody try to take us down, and we'd had several victories. So it's like, playing with you guys, I knew I was pretty confident in our pirate skills. So I appreciate
it's definitely there's a lot of places where you can, like, a lot of people when the game first came out was like, there's no advancement, all the advancement is cosmetic, and in a sense that's true because you don't ever upgrade your pirate, but you can definitely advance in your ability in the game and as a crew. The biggest part is as a crew. When I'm sailing with my crew, if we lose, it's not really because anyone on their team played particularly better than any one of us. It's usually because they were a better communicating crew, or So, it's really fantastic. Like I said, it's my game of last generation. I'll continue to play it for as long as they let me, basically. I don't want to say too much, but I am the only pirate that I know of, and I follow it pretty closely, but I don't know of any other pirates that actually have a stolen ship. I'm the only pirate that any of you know who has an entire stolen ship library, but that's my secret. Can't go too far with that one.
Nice. Well, it is pretty cool to have two pirate legends here tonight. It is pretty nice to have that as Juan and Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nate hit legend too, didn't he?
Yeah.
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 So,
Yep.
So one time we had
one
3.
Jack 2.
Yeah. Not so much me.
Demon's a legend, and Demon and I think Nate beat us to it, but Demon and I just wrapped up because after there's Legend, you get the Athena's faction, and that used to be capped at 10, but they raised it to 20, and we just recapped that recently.
Nice.
And I just need one more faction to get to 50. To get Legend.
Yeah, let me know. We'll get you there.
Jump back in. Yeah.
I'm ready to jump back in. I've got a long way to go to get to 50, but I'm willing to play some. So, all right. So, real quick, because I not that I did not love this. This is awesome, and and it just reminds me of the old days. Chris, what's up, man?
So
I didn't say hey to the other boys in the band. So, Chris Williams.
And on the drums.
I know. Sporting his Star Wars and Xbox.
Always. Yes,
so
sir.
what's Pete OEB Pete found his 7800 emoji. Go. I made that. I was not kidding when I said I got that. I put that emoji in there just for him because I know he's a 7800 fan. So anyway, how you doing, Chris?
Good. Been a good week. Long week, busy, but looking forward to the weekend. Last weekend, I played Call of the Sea and completed that over a weekend. It's not a long game.
Nice.
But it's a fantastic story. Just a beautiful world to run around in and, explore and find clues and solve puzzles. I kind of cheated a couple times because some of the puzzles are pretty easy, but there's a couple there just really, you're like, what, where, how? You look at your notes and stuff. And I highly recommend that. Doesn't take long. And the ending is interesting. I'm not going to say much, but the ending, I was surprised. But other than that, I'm still jumping back in Cyberpunk, and I'll probably play that final mission again at some point. But
okay.
Then I think my next adventure game is going to be Raji. Go complete that one.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
So that's a beautiful game too.
Indeed.
Nice.
Yeah. Other than that, I'll probably get back to Watch Dogs. Peter, did you beat that?
Oh yeah. I got a full 1,000
nice
achievement score on that one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It's such a gorgeous game. I really enjoyed that.
Well, now that I can say
a couple of those collection achievements were kind of glitchy.
Mm-hmm.
But once you finish the game, you can do one at a time. Those collectors, and don't switch characters and don't die, and then you'll be able to do it. But yeah, it's I love the story. I love the love the world. I love the mechanics. So this was good, really good.
And I get an itch too. Like, Medium is out, so
yeah, you haven't tried it?
No, I need to download that. Oh, I didn't have it pre-downloaded. So yeah, might have to check that out this weekend too.
I can't say too much about it. I had it downloaded, preloaded on Game Pass, and I started it, and it seems like it's going to be the kind of thing I like. I liked the stuff from Bloober. It put some people off in that there's like no combat in Bloober games typically. But like Layers of Fear, me and the missus both really liked, and I started it, but the missus decided to take a nap, or the nap decided to take her, whatever you want to say, and so I'm leaving that one for us.
But the game did not put her asleep.
No, I don't think so. That's just natural for her sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
And this happens as we age, but
Yeah.
But yeah,
I just read today that taking a nap, especially when you're getting old, is actually very beneficial.
I mean, I love naps.
Yeah,
Naps are my favorite thing. But yeah, one snuck up on her there, so I decided to lay off it until we could play it together. But as a start, it seemed well put together. Have to see how it goes, but it was very atmospheric even right from the beginning, which is what I'm looking for from that. So.
Yeah. It started up too at at lunchtime, and played it till you leave the house till the next area. But I thought the game was frame rate and frame rate pacing. It seems it seemed a little off.
Yeah, it chugs.
It looked good, but it's like I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it chugs. I saw it too, and then later I saw the Digital Foundry video on it. And
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of John and over there, especially his retro stuff. His retro stuff is just the best. But
yeah, he can do a good job if and he just
yeah. I mean, he's got his preferences,
right.
no doubt.
But if he keeps that aside, and just does what he does well, he produces good stuff.
Yeah, he does. So yeah, he points that out, and I know he reached out to the devs because they've had some luck with that. I can't remember. Was it
Dirt 5?
Dirt 5? Yeah.
Yeah, Dirt 5 was a big example, correct? Where or one of them anyway, where they reached out to a dev with some of the performance issues they found and when it able to help them get it patched. So that's all good work in my opinion. That's
and there was another game too.
Yeah, there was
Microsoft
something,
game, and I forgot which one it was. Oh, Gears 5.
Yeah.
And the Hive Busters, I think.
Right, especially like on cutscenes. Yeah.
So they found some stuff too, and like
the Hive Busters is good though.
Oh yeah, we still
gave these
started
people
too with
we need to finish.
Chris,
we need to finish
the last one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you really
put
should.
the band together at the exact time. So I'm sitting down there in a party, and then
I
meant to message you guys yesterday, and then I was like, I'm getting tired. I better not even try it.
I gave our wonderful members a Game Boy emoji. Is that not enough for you Nintendo people?
No, I was already older by the time the thing came out. Come on, man.
All right. Well, the next emoji I can unlock, and I think because we got 2 more members today, Graphic God and you. Anyway,
came here for the Mustang and the
I know
the C64 for
yeah.
If it's not there, no member. Sorry.
Well, you won't be able to know. We could add another one. So
cool.
Peter.
Yeah.
SnowRunner.
Oh, we need to play that.
I know you like SnowRunner.
I
And
love
they've
it.
got the expansions now and such, and the mods. I don't care about mods, but they're in the game too. But I just recently got Demon into SnowRunner. We did some of the co-op, and it seems like they've kind of got the co-op figured out a little more. We didn't run into any crazy game breaking stuff like you and I did.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
I want to put it out that sometime when we're doing that, we'll reach out too, because that's co-op to at least 4.
Yeah, definitely do. That game is so much fun.
I'm waiting on that to come to Game Pass.
You play any of that, Rick? SnowRunner or MudRunner?
No, I'm not.
It's it's
oddly
a sim.
satisfying.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's kind of in the same vein as like a farm sim, but those don't stick with me in the same way for some reason. But it's kind of very zen. It's very it's like the excitement, the tension of driving at less than 20 miles an hour through a mud bog or whatever. But it seems contradictory. But yeah, there's a real. Jeff Grubb wrote a great piece on it actually, talking about how it allows you to fail and then figure out how to work out your failure, as opposed to giving you a fail state and resetting you back to where you started automatically or whatever. It lets you, half the fun is when you do tip over and spill your cargo and then have to run a crane over there and pick things up and whatever. Sounds weird, but it's so satisfying.
Sounds weird. No.
It is, but it's
You can pull out your flannel shirts while you're playing too.
Nice.
Co-op
hopefully
too.
they fix the bugs, because my save file I've completed the maps, although it says I still have like 3 cars or whatever still have to find those. So hopefully that will hopefully when I run it, and we'll get
I know
fixed.
that's a work in progress. I know that coming the next expansion, they're going to re-add logging to the game, which is real big in MudRunner. And logging was always fun.
Especially with the manual loading and stuff. That's so
exactly.
That's so cool.
The occasional unintentional comedy of errors when trying to do the loading of logs onto a truck with a crane or a front end loader. But yeah, no, that's some good co-op right there in my opinion. You, me, Coop, that was good stuff.
Yeah. I have Nate too at one point.
Yes.
I don't know if he really enjoyed it for 100%, but
I think Nate enjoyed playing with us.
Yeah.
That was the enjoyment there for him. But I do remember having to save him a few times. And sometimes he's like, "Oops, I tipped again." Okay, Nate, I'm coming.
yeah, yeah, that game is fantastic.
All right, you guys twisted my arm here. Let's see.
Holy crap! It is already 10:20.
I know. We talked about 2 games. Sea of Thieves and
yeah.
Oh, my image file must be smaller. All right, talk for another minute. Actually, Peter, how you doing, Peter?
Yeah, good. Been playing Valhalla this the past week, and stayed up way too long each night because that game, gets so completely immersed in it, and it's a fantastic game. And look at my clock; it's like, oh, it's always funny because when I played it, it's like, okay, I'll play for an hour. So at 10:30, I call it quits. Guess what? You look at your clock and it's like past 12:30, 12:45. It's like, snap. I better get going. Yeah, having a good time. And today, what I said, I played the medium a little bit.
So you did play it?
Yeah, just for
okay.
The first.
All right.
I don't know. They don't really have missions, but the first till you leave the house and you end up in the next area.
Right.
So yeah, so far it's good graphically. With the frame pacing and stuff seems a little off, but it's definitely reminded me of those older.
Hills.
So what do you mean the pacing's off?
Yeah.
You can get a stutter.
Yeah, it's kind of stutters a little. It's not just a stutter. It's just it's like you don't really. It's not that you just have to deal with 30 frames per second, which is already kind of jerky. It's almost like,
It's an inconsistent
stutter moves.
Stutter
it's
too.
like it's an inconsistent stutter. That's really odd. So, yeah. So I put it on hold, Mike, till it's
Really?
till they fix that, because you'll be so bothered by it that you'll can it.
Really?
Knowing you. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But it's definitely. I don't think I played a Silent Hill game for just a few minutes, but it's like those kind of games. The way it feels, the way you walk around. So it's good. And the puzzles was fun too, like developing that photo and stuff. It was neat.
All right, I was hoping it would pop up, but I don't think it is. The next show, you know what? I'm gonna close my chat and reopen my chat and see. The next show, you guys are gonna get your NES emoji, because I love you all. That's how I feel about you. I put the emoji in there. I think it just needs to publish next show. So, no, it's there. Close everybody. Close your chat. Come back in the chat, and voila! There you go, people. There you go.
It is.
You're welcome.
I've been playing NES Open.
So, do you mind if I do a little infomercial real quick? You guys got to see this. And since we got a bunch of great retro guys in the chat right now, I need to show you guys this. So I'm going to be putting out a video on this very soon, and members are going to get a look at this before everybody else. But I have learned through the power of my retro friends that my Samsung Note 9, are you ready for this? Is one
Get ready for this.
heck of a retro arch machine, which I can now go back and play my Sega CD games, my 32X games. So I'm going to fire up, let's just say, I don't know.
Ghost Goblins.
But that's not on Sega CD. But you know what? I'll tell you what. In the Capcom spirit, how about Final Fight?
Sure.
You know what? No, I'm going to do it for Peter. Because you know why? Because because it also runs PSP games, and I do own the Capcom Classics collection. Peter wants Ghosts and Goblins. He's going to get it. or Ghouls and Ghosts, whichever one. Because you know what? All right, so I'm saying this to say this. So here is my Capcom Classics collection. Now, normally I would play this on my phone with, the on-screen prompts. But for those of you I know some of you have seen this, Razer makes a controller. I'm going to see if I can get some better light in here real quick.
At the Kishi?
Razer makes a controller called the Kishi. Now, this is originally kind of marketed for xCloud, right?
Excuse me.
Exactly.
Bless you.
Exactly.
Excuse me.
So
Okay.
I got the one for Android. It's $79. For $99, you can get one that is built like branded Xbox, and it has like the little Xbox button instead of the home button and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
so check this out. So it comes apart, and you take your phone, my lovely Samsung Note 9. All right. Oops, maybe unlock my phone because I plugged something into it. All right, hang on, Peter. All right, so we'll run RetroArch. Let me load this back up. This plays Dreamcast games, my phone. I am I was laying in bed playing Check Ride Radio last night.
Mhm.
All right, so Razer Kishi configured in port 1. Now I can get rid of let me get rid of the on-screen prompts real quick. So it gets that out of the way. All right, hide the overlay. Okay. All right.
Bam, ba, bam, bam, ba, bam.
Checkpoint data is not saved. I don't care. Let's just go. So this thing has dual sticks. The sticks do click for R3, L3. It's got triggers and buttons.
Nice.
Triggers at the top, and so
Bumpers.
you have and bumpers. All right, so here is, and this is a PSP, my PSP emulator.
Nice.
It has a really nice D-pad. So let's you want Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins? Your pick.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and goblins, baby.
Yeah, that'd be the one.
All right.
Yeah.
Classic music.
And the buttons are, it's dead perfect. The there's no latency in the controller because it's not Bluetooth. It runs it's not a Bluetooth controller. It plugs into the charging port.
Right.
So it is there's
Yeah. Wow.
now here's the coolest part. I mentioned that for $99 you can get an Xbox branded version of this, where the button that says home on here has the Xbox button. However, if I hit the home button, it's going to take me to it's got to load up for a second, to Game Pass.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
So it-
Wild.
Yeah.
Nice. Very convenient.
So it's your Game Pass button.
Yes, it's pretty much what it is. It's the equivalent of hitting the Xbox button. And oh, look at that. Sea of Thieves, Season 1. So from here, I can play whatever. I don't want to play Dead Cells, but here I'll load up.
Great game though.
It is. I don't know. Something that's easy. You know what? I'll throw up Bloodstained.
Cool. Why not?
The funny thing is, with this thing on it, this is bigger than my kids' Switch Lights. and I mean,
you won't have Joy-Con drift because I know Joy-Cons.
Yeah, no. But and because the size of the screen on a Note 9, I mean, this is one heck of a game player. I was really impressed, especially like I said with the emulation piece, and playing Dreamcast games on this thing was killer. Which also reminded me how bad I still am at Space Channel 5. So,
yeah, it seems like a sweet little emulation, little handheld there. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a full video on this where that's why, because I'm not connected to 5G. I'm going to do a full video on this. I don't want to waste too much time. Kind of a full video on this where I'm going to record some game footage somehow, because I can't really record it on the phone itself, but I'm going to do some game footage recordings and show people kind of how the sticks will. I mean, it really fits nicely in my hand. It has a charging port at the bottom so you can pass through your charging. So you can keep it, if I'm in the car, I can keep it powered. It feels really nice. It's solid. And then it compacts up to that little small, here we go.
There you go.
I'm thinking about getting one of those for my extra phone that I'll probably just use. Because I have that Galaxy 8 Plus. I might just use that for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that on? Amazon or?
No, I bought it at Best Buy. They've got them in stock.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you can get it at Best Buy. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them all over the place.
I've been wanting to get one.
Yeah, just check to make sure your phone is supported.
Yeah,
I don't know what the minimum.
Most Samsung Galaxy are supported on this, as long as you have a USB-C. And then most of the modern iPhones, there's an iPhone version of it. And I think one of the nicest things about this is you don't have to spend the extra. You really don't have to spend the extra $20. So unless you absolutely want it to have the little Xbox logo on it, on the home button, there's really no reason to spend the extra $20. Just get the $79 version. Works perfectly.
And they also have the buttons reverse, the X and Y, and
no, the buttons on here are A, B, X, and Y. You can't see it from here, but you'll see it. No, it's very, very much the same button layout.
Good.
Yep. As far as I know, X, Y, A, B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dual stick. It's very perfect.
Yeah, I think that was a smarter way to go about the way, people were like, well, be cool. My Xbox comes out with a handheld. But I think they did the better approach by going out there, try to put their xCloud on mobile, and then having accessories like that to where you're almost like you're playing a Xbox Switch,
Yeah.
So.
What type of charging port is that, Mike, that is plugging in through?
USB-C.
Okay. I only ask because I like xCloud. I was in the trial flights and all that, and I really liked it. I use it pretty frequently, actually. But then my phone didn't update, and ever since then, it doesn't jive with the Bluetooth on the Xbox controller as well. I think it's down to my phone. I think it's down to the model and the update. And
I never saw myself. Yeah, I never saw myself getting a phone controller. Like I always said, and I didn't buy this for xCloud. It's just now xCloud is kind of it's a bonus for me. It's like it's cool because I wasn't gonna play it without without some controller. So here it is, and so I can move around, and I mean it's really intuitive. Like I say, you'll get a better sense. You'll get a better sense once I'm taking like some close up video. But I'm just telling you, this is wild. And just to be able to play, because I was looking at I was looking at the Evercade, Pete and Rich do such a great job on the Evercast that I kept looking, but I really wanted something that not only played 8-bit games but also did arcade stuff, because I really wanted something. See, Joe, I really wanted something for arcade stuff too, and so I started looking at other handhelds that were out there, but they were $150, $200 if you really wanted to do something good like a Retro Pocket or something. There's one of the ones I saw was a Raspberry Pi 4 in a Game Boy style case. And those are all great if you want to spend the money. But then one of my friends said, RetroArch makes an Android version if you've got an Android. I was like, yeah, I got a Note 9. And sure enough, this thing, I mean, the phone itself makes one heck of an emulator. So yeah, it led me to buy this. So I'm very happy with it.
The Evercade, it was on sale for a day at Best Buy for $30 off for the.
I know. I almost pulled that trigger.
Ultimate package, whatever it is. The handheld plus 3 cartridges was like $70, and I had it in my cart, and it's like, okay, I'll purchase it at night, and then nighttime came. Throughout the day I've been refreshing it, and it's all good. So at night I refresh it, and bam, price went up to $100. It's like, okay, sorry, I won't be able to do that. So pass on it.
So anyway, that was my infomercial. So
it's a neat setup for handheld.
It's really nice. So, and by the way, Anthium Two Tails, he's be right back, coffee and Oreo break. I want to give a quick shout out to Anthium. Now without getting into details, just have some family health issues with some members of his family, and I just wanted to send well wishes and prayers to Anthium and his family for some quick healing for his family members. And brother, I'm thinking about you, and I'm glad you're here, glad you're in the chat room, and hope everybody's getting better. So okay. I had a couple of small topics, and then stuff has just been coming up all day that has kind of been hitting things. I wanted to bring up some Xbox news because there is some significant stuff going on that I think should give you, if you are an Xbox gamer, should give you some solace that hey, things are doing all right over in the land of Redmond. And so Microsoft did their quarterly fiscal Q2 numbers, and we used to talk about that stuff, but it got a little boring. But because of the Xbox Series X and S and the push for Game Pass, I wanted to bring this up, get everybody's kind of take on this. So gaming revenue over last year is up 51%, which is not insignificant in any way, shape, or form. Now, obviously hardware sales were going to be up. We knew that. But 86% from the same quarter last year. 86%, which means people are buying you can't find the consoles anywhere. Like they're nowhere to be found. And this is why. Because they are selling the hell out of both of the X and the S. And that is those are numbers that Microsoft was in the middle of a pandemic. Microsoft to take these numbers every day. But those aren't the best numbers, be honest with you. The best numbers that they posted was a 40% growth in content and services. And when I say content and services, you guys all know what I'm talking about. Game Pass. Game Pass has gone up 3 million subs in a short time. They are now at 18 million Game Pass subs. And I know that they were doing the dollar deal and all that stuff. But that's still 18 million. If everybody was at $1, when we know they're not, because we know some people are paying the full price for it because their deal is up. Some of us are not paying for it yet because, we got in on the front end.
Yep.
But let's just say there's 1 million of us that have grandfathered time, right? Either from converting our Xbox Live to Game Pass when they did that, or converting our EA Play to Live, which I got. If 17 million people are just paying $1, that's $17 million a month for Microsoft just in Game Pass. So you figure the people, how much is Game Pass regularly? $14.95?
The Ultimate? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, the amount of money that Microsoft's going to rake in here is still far beyond what they're going to pay out for developers to put games on the platform. And it's only going to allow for better games to come to the platform, like you guys know today, I think it's today, the entire rest of the Yakuza Remastered series is hitting. And that's I think people underestimate how big a deal that is. There's, we've had
those games are just filler though. Just kidding.
Yeah, right. They're just filler, right? So, I mean, this is if you're an Xbox, I mean, their quarterly revenue is $5 billion for the gaming division. Which is why, when everybody said that Microsoft was going to spin off Xbox because, Satya was really lying. He wasn't really saying that Xbox was, a big part of Microsoft. I'm pretty sure he's looking at $5 billion and going, yeah, Xbox is here to stay. And again, it's just, I think if you're an Xbox gamer, you are in good shape. And of course, by the way, who I haven't played it yet, but I saw Mav stream it the other night, Cyber Shadow, which hit Game Pass, which I know, Rick, you played it?
Yep. I went to E3 and got hands on. This 2 years ago.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I downloaded it. I can't wait to play through it. And I met one of the devs, Sandy. Cool dude. Cool game.
Nice.
I love old school, man. All about old school, especially Metroidvania. Mm-hmm.
The couple minutes I have, it really, of course, felt like Ninja Gaiden, and that's good in my book. Ninja Gaiden 2 is probably my favorite NES game. And so, that's always a good feeling.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm telling Brother De Niro he's never late. He's always on time, no matter when he gets here.
Exactly.
The joke for me is, that Game Pass is only good for indies, and it's going to have indie day one when Machine Games does it.
Right. Well, you got Yakuza, you got Medium. On the PC side, you got Control. You got,
plenty of games, all kinds.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no doubt there's no doubt. To me, it's still the best. It's still the best thing in gaming today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, almost feel guilty at how good that subscription is until I realize they're making $5 billion or they're making, you know, that I think if they're raking in $5 billion in the entire gaming division, you know, this I think the thing of you know, well, Xbox isn't, you know, Game Pass isn't doing for Microsoft what Microsoft wants it to do. I think I'm seeing something different, and maybe I'm willing to have my head shaped on this, but I'm seeing something that is really starting to succeed.
The question is, how long will it be priced where it's at? I do expect the price on it to go up at some point, especially as they continue to get more and more third party in. But you know, as long as it's reasonable. I mean, that kind of segues into the whole Xbox Live changes that were announced and then dialed back. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't riled up at all about those because I'm like, well, it's rolled in my Game Pass, you know. I think that was the purpose. But yeah, Game Pass, I think, you know, I heard a lot of times, how is it going to be sustainable? It's a loser. They can't be making money on it. And it's like,
oh yeah, and those those devs, they don't make any money.
Yeah,
they
devs don't make
Game Pass.
money.
It's like, I mean, those devs are not charity, and Microsoft don't put a gun against their head for putting their game in the service.
I just always thought that the argument was kind of silly because it's been their thing for a while now. It's not like it's new, the push for Game Pass. They've been pushing Game Pass as like the central point of their whole thrust for just about everything for a while now, and that wouldn't continue if it wasn't showing them things they wanted to see. Like, they wouldn't still be pushing as hard as they are today if it wasn't showing them what they want to see out of it.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
When I look at, you know, of course they want people to roll over into Game Pass, especially Ultimate. I mean, you look at Netflix, you know, remember when you can rent the movies at the red boxes?
Yep.
And I'm sure that was their plan overall. They wanted to get people to go from there to the streaming service, you know. I think their prices on the movies to go rent them physically went up a little bit. Plus, you had to deal with late fees and all that. And I think over time, it just got more and more people started getting to streaming. Of course, you got smart TVs that came out, and the gaming's going that way more so because now pretty much every game is online, whether it's multiplayer or not. You got, of course, the mobile. You know, Mike's playing now with his phone, and it's just going that way. And I didn't have a problem with the price. I get it; it's going to go up. I just think it was bad timing, and maybe trying to, you know, looking at it in a way where monthly it was only like $1, but I think that the 3 months,
the yearly, the 6 months is the 6 months really what happened.
But here's the thing: people like all of a sudden now they get up in arms about like, oh, but 12 months, whatever. Microsoft discontinued that 6 months ago.
Yeah.
At that point, people should have thrown a stink. Not now. It's like, you know, I don't know why all of a sudden now it's like, well, I know now why now. It's like you only have to do one person and they all jump on a bandwagon. They should have done it 6 months ago because it was already into a monthly price. Okay, I can see. I don't know if did they have this 6 months already, like 6 months ago?
So yes, they did.
Even if they did, or you know, that one was $40. So your year would have been already $80.
So here's what, and here's
60. So, but
here's where it went. Here's where I think it went awry. And it's really funny. This is on the official site. I didn't scratch this out. Microsoft did. Mm-hmm. They literally, instead of, I have to give them credit for this. Yeah. Instead of a stealth edit, they just lined out this.
Redacted.
Right. Redacted.
I feel like that's Stein.
I don't know who it was, but
you know who I'm talking about, though.
But
I know.
You know what? If you don't do it, then it's like, oh, Microsoft changed the post. They didn't tell us.
That's what I mean.
Stealth edits and this and that. It's like,
that's what I mean. I give them credit for doing this, for editing it like this. So here's where I think it went wrong. So they were the going forward. The price was $10.99 a month, 3 months for $30, and then 6 months for $60. And what people were saying, which is true, is the 6 month rate for Xbox Live is equal to the yearly rate for PlayStation Plus. So now, if you wanted to go a year with Xbox Live, you were paying $120. Now I know what the idea was. The idea was if we jack this up enough, people are just going to move over to Game Pass Ultimate. Which, I mean, I don't know.
And that's
why,
like 180 a year, right? If you pay.
Yeah, $14.95. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so Scott P has a pretty good point. Imagine a parent paying $120 a year for Fortnite access. That's a good point. So
First of all, why don't they let the kids play Fortnite?
well, that's a whole other issue.
That's
bad
story for a
parenting.
Why don't we allow them to play Roblox?
That's bad parenting, is what that is. Yeah.
Don't be started on that guy.
If you see 6-year-olds doing the floss during gymnastics, it's like, wait a second, isn't this game rated higher than 6 years old?
I can't even do the floss. That's the sad part. I can't even do it.
Don't even try. I know Rick has, but don't, you know.
Never tried, never will.
Throw out my hip. I throw out my hip trying to do it. So and Scott P, he's kind of alluding to what I think Peter and I are alluding to. They should just drop gold to just push Ultimate. But there's a lot of people that don't want to do Game Pass, and there's people that we know that are very anti-Game Pass, that if you take away their gold and force them into that, they're going to go elsewhere. And so
You would have to make gold free to keep people engaged on Xbox Live.
Exactly. You know? And I wouldn't do that either. That's money off the table. That is a lot of money. So I don't think they're...
Yeah. I think what they should do is just dial back the free games or whatever. And maybe they make the price cheaper.
Yeah. So,
but instead of $60 a year, it will be, I don't know, $50 a year.
So they're going back to the prices they had, which was $9.99 for 1 month, $24.99 for 3 months, and then was it $39.99 for 6 months. So they're going back to that, and then they put they did put an apology. And actually, it's a good apology. Again, they started out, hey, we messed up today. And then they broke out the big news, which was that free to play games will no longer need an Xbox Live Gold membership. So it's coming. It's not there yet. So it's not an immediate change. But and I can't imagine it would be. That's a lot of programming to do. Well,
they already have. You can play now Netflix for free, right? You don't need gold for that. So
yeah, that's been like that for a while.
They already have stuff in the works for that. So,
but it looks like Peter, and I didn't see this at first. If you look at the last sentence, it looks like they did bring the $60 12 months back. Look,
right.
So. Niall says, don't Game Pass Ultimate only have access to EA games? No. Now
see, the thing is, they also have like the regular Game Pass. Right?
Oh, I know.
$10.
Yeah, you get the $10. I don't know if the
right,
$10.
Right, and that only has I know what he's saying. Okay, I'm sorry, Niall. I misread you. So yeah, Game Pass Ultimate only does EA Play as well, but it also does the PC if you're into the PC. So, to me, that's the best. It really is the best bang for your buck. It really is. If you are a Game Pass person, I think the Ultimate is where you want to be. You get Xbox Live, you get EA Play, plus you get all the other stuff. I mean,
PC.
PC. I don't know how. I don't know. I would never back down from that plan. That would be my plan. Period. So.
But here's the thing with the whole free to play, right? I seriously think the whole plan was with Halo Infinite, because they said, like, multiplayer is free to play, that this would go hand in hand with, like, hey, now every free to play game is really free to play. No subscriptions required.
Yeah, sure.
And that should have happened in December, right?
Right.
So I'm wondering if this messaging was very ill coordinated, with that in mind, that Infinite was scheduled with the mindset that Infinite was last December. Now that got postponed, so the whole free to play is later. So now you have this news. It's like, first you say, you want to bring the good news first, like not the bad news first. People warmed up and like.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I fully believe that was in the pipe, and they decided to throw it then because they were putting out fires at midnight on Friday.
Yeah.
Which is why I think
like a bone saying like,
the turnaround was so quick that it had people saying that it was a sham, that it was a publicity stunt, and that this so they could then look to be like the good guys when they turned it around or made it not be that price. But I love the notion that they would print the cards and have them at the GameStops and then be planning to be putting out fires at midnight on a Friday. That was the plan, supposedly, right? I can't see that being the case.
But now it's cool because now you go to GameStop, see those $120 cards or whatever, and it's like, it's now half price. Good deal. Right. Buy it. 60. Even $60. I mean, that's like, the deal itself is like really good when you see the monthly pricing. You really only pay for 6 months with that pricing. Mm-hmm. So.
I'll be Game Pass Ultimate for as long as it's offered the way that it is. It's too good of a deal otherwise, and I have so much to play, especially because of the EA Play on there too. Like, I started. I'm like a little ways into that Fallen Order on Jedi Fallen Order game. That's quite good on the series update as well.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I played it before the enhancements. Now I wish I waited a little, but that's all right.
That's as close to a Souls game I'll get it. Because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, I can kind of see I can kind of feel the similarity.
Yeah.
True. So what's your take on this, Rick? You've been kind of quiet.
I know. You see these grays more forming. I'm tired.
That's why I don't have a beard, because otherwise, like, that will be like, it would be great.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty straightforward when I look at all this, and first off, as far as business-wise goes, sometimes I think companies wonder, they know, Microsoft's not stupid. They're going to get a reaction when they see some price go up, or Xbox Live Gold. Mm-hmm. But, sometimes, you're wondering how they decide things. Like, well, let's see how much they complain. If they make a big stink, then, well, hey, we already have a plan in place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're always 10 steps ahead of whatever we're thinking, because they think in every PR company, they always talk about what happens if this, what if we go this way? Then how do we counteract this negativity or this backlash? They're a lot smarter than we think,
Well, but are they though? Because here's the thing: based on data, they might be right. But what's really interesting is a lot of people who have Ultimate are speaking up for, well, but what about, I mean, we saw it in the chat, what about the person who wants to play Fortnite? What about, the what about? So people are not really affected themselves, but they think outside their level. And with data, you would not see that in the data because it's a human aspect.
Yeah. But I mean, money-wise, they continue to go up, and that's what you do, is you always follow the money. So it's all about money,
Always.
I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're in business to make money.
Yeah.
I just think the timing was a little off, though.
It's a no-brainer in common sense. You get Game Pass off. It's just all the exclusives. I mean, I had friends that got back into gaming just for the simple fact that they don't want to be paying $60 to now PlayStation $70 for a game. I don't want to do it.
I don't either. And now
Yep.
I find myself holding off on buying games, going, at some point it's going to come to Game Pass.
Yeah.
And I've been
The
right
thing is,
a
like,
lot
the
of
games
times.
that I really want, I will buy them right out. But those are really like,
Yeah.
I just want to play those day one. I can't.
Right.
I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for a sale. I mean, that's kind of a burb of Watch Dogs and Valhalla a little bit because of bugs.
And I think Ubisoft and EA, they see that too. That's the reason why EA teamed up with Xbox to put EA Access and Ultimate Game Pass because, as their games, about a year later or so, like Jedi Fallen Order, now you get more people, hey, now I can play it in Game Pass and get more engagement. And sometimes that can lead to, maybe when the next Jedi Fallen Order comes out, that might get more people on board and, hey, I'm going to buy it day one because I really liked it, like Peter was saying. And, there's rumors that Ubisoft may be joining in on that. It's a no-brainer because, when the games are there in Game Pass, and I know some people, they like to buy their games, they like to buy physical, and that's fine. But, for me, and I know some of you guys, it's the best value there where you can go and make a choice. Like, today I'm going to play Call of the Sea. It's an indie game. Or like y'all were talking about Shadow, something older coming back. Oh, and now I'm going to play, Control, I mean, the choices there is just great. And you have, to me, it doesn't bother me. I don't, some people try to say, all it does is add to my backlog. Really? Why? What's the pressure? Just check out a game, see if you like it,
But also the risk to try a game like the medium.
Yeah.
If you just look based on the, Metacritic, and it's like, IGN would score it like it's below I don't know how much they score, but I mean, if it gets below an 8, it's like almost trash. Even though you look at it, it's like, that looks really cool, but am I going to pony up $50 for that game? Now, hey, it's in Game Pass, I can try it. And even like people, Game Pass is a good, like, you try a game, if you like it, you buy it, at that point. So it's like, very low risk to try out new stuff.
And like I was saying, that they look at the numbers and the majority of the average gamers out there were only buying about 3 games a year. So Game Pass is helping keeping some of these games' engagement up throughout the year, keeping that legs going. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, everybody's doing it. They're doing it with music. They're doing it with movies. Now HBO Max. Now you have the choice. You either go to the theater or now you can watch it at home.
Right.
This is where we're going.
That's right.
So.
Yeah.
Even in cases where I've bought the games, I've still benefited from having the Game Pass subscription. Like I bought, for example, Ace Combat 7 because I love Ace Combat and I wanted it right then. I wasn't going to wait. And so I bought it and I played it and enjoyed it. And then when the DLC came, when it came to Game Pass, with all of the DLC. So then I had the DLC at my, availability. I could use the DLC, having just purchased the regular game and being a Game Pass sub. Similarly with Final Fantasy 15, which put me off really, really hard at first. Like I did not care for Final Fantasy 15 at all at first, but then it came to Game Pass and it had all the DLC, and I gave it another go and kind of got past the part that had me stuck, and really fell in love with that game. And I was it would have sat there as a purchase that I didn't end up getting the enjoyment out of, and except for the fact that it came to Game Pass and I tried it again. And so even if you're buying the games beforehand, because someone once said to me, that they couldn't fathom having Game Pass because they wouldn't want to wait to buy games, and it's like, well, you don't have to.
Yeah, you can buy whatever you want. Just because
and here's another beautiful thing. Even if you do buy your games, like physical games, because you're a collector, and if they're in Game Pass, then you can play them digitally, and you don't have to stick the disc in there. So your disc stays like in a perfect mint condition.
There you go. Yep. There you go. Well,
it's also a collector's dream.
We didn't even mention the obvious Bethesda too, right? So I mean,
yeah,
the list goes on.
Oh, right. And I played, I tried Kona, all right, and I'll be honest with you, Kona's not my game, not a game for me. I didn't spend $30 to play Kona and go, I hate it. You know, I mean, there is that.
That's true. That's a good point.
You know, and to have all the first party stuff in there, and and as Rick just said, I mean, we're gonna get day one. We're gonna get day one Bethesda, day one ZeniMax. Yeah. The next, in fact, the Wolfenstein game that I hadn't yet played appeared in there. The one with the kids, Youngblood. So you know, I need to grab that.
Oh, we need to co-op that.
Yeah, we do. I'm ready.
Yeah. All right.
After we finish.
Still machine games.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I think it was machine games still.
I'm very interested to see what they do with indie. Very interested because
I know
a lot of people are saying, and I'm not saying it would be bad if they branch out, because you know people go indie and they think it's got to be an Uncharted clone or a Tomb Raider clone, whichever way you want to go with it. But it'd be interesting to me if it were first person. And I wonder, what engine are they going to use? Is it going to be id Tech? Because that would generally make me think first person, and that's kind of what they've been successful with. So it'll be interesting. I don't want to see necessarily indie become I don't know. I'm old enough to remember indie. Some of the kids playing today probably don't even really know indie. But he wasn't like a gunslinger. He wasn't always using a firearm a lot. Yeah. So it'd be interesting if they can do a first person game with indie that's not just shooting.
True.
First person melee is always kind of a questionable thing.
Hey, it's after 11. Rick, I thought you told me earlier you might have to roll. So to give you a quick backdoor opening to sneak out the back.
Yeah,
I probably did myself.
No.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and I mean, obviously, I did a lot more being laid back tonight. That's for sure. But,
yes, you did. Well,
I'm a little bit out of touch in some ways. Where as much as I'm in the gaming industry, I did play Phoenix Rising. I played that game all the way through, so I did get some good gaming time in then. But other than that, there's been a lot of things that have kept me quite busy, and I got to have time with the wife at night, or else. You know what I mean?
Yep. I know that feeling very well.
Really good, though.
Being a doghouse.
I would like to do that.
You guys are great. And Mike, thanks for having me back on too.
Anytime. So we got to do this again where on a night when we talk about stuff that you're playing.
No worries at all, guys.
No.
Coop
said I just tuned in and thought Jesus was on as a guest, but it's just Lagnese. Obi-Wan Lagnese.
That's a tall order.
So Rick, once again, always a pleasure, and fex your life. I'm really happy for you too, man. I'm really happy that you're doing well there, and all is good. I mean,
thanks.
But don't be a stranger.
I know. I've been it's almost like I've gone rogue, but I'm still around. I'm still here.
So. Don't worry.
No, you've always on our minds. One of us has always said, "Hey, what's up with Rick?"
We miss you, Rick.
Yeah, we always appreciate you jumping on with us.
Well, thank you guys. Feelings mutual and SuPRCooPR. I see you. Jesus. Jesus.
Hopefully, in the future, we can see each other at PAX South again, or
whatever, man.
Yeah,
that'd
be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great night, brother Rick.
Hi, Rick.
Blessings, guys. Later, brothers.
Right.
See you, Rick.
Have a good night.
So
I should probably take my cue too. Man, this 4:30 comes fast.
Yeah, it does. And then Chris and Peter and I can go through the rapid fire stuff real quick. But
thanks for having me on. Let me.
Oh man, it's like
you on again.
Yeah.
It's like old times, man. It's like old times.
Well, if at some point you want to set up any kind of regularity to it, every couple of weeks or whatever, I'm actually in the process. It's all dark and fuzzy behind me, but there's a table back there that has myriad boxes of old consoles and shit. And so I'm trying to put my desk back together and maybe start doing some of the old retro stuff again. So
Nice. That's always such a good stuff.
That was always good, man. We could have you. We could talk about like a monthly thing, and you come on and we talk games. You do a retro thing like you used to.
I think that'd work. That's something we could. This is how it goes about getting set back up with the retro. But I'd come on anyway. But I'm contemplating doing some of the retro stuff again, just because I get to itch to play it again. Like I was playing NES Open last night.
Yeah.
Well,
trying to drive my.
Like I said, man, it's just like old times.
Yep.
Yeah.
You should, and I miss that, and you know we got a lot of new friends they're more into retro. So
very much so. Yeah, they were. Yeah, a lot of the guys in our chat room now, Anthium and OEB Pete and Retro Rich Haywood. I mean, these guys. Yeah. You'd be playing to a whole different crowd.
Yeah, people who hold me to a higher standard.
Retro bro.
It would say like, excuse me, crazy one. That's not correct.
Yeah,
right.
Look down here.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
All right,
well, good chatting with you though. I appreciate you having me on for real.
Always,
yeah,
man. Always, brother.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll catch you soon.
Yep. Peace out.
Yep.
Peace.
Yep.
All right, that way we don't see their frozen faces.
Yeah.
So, man, that's like old times.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
makes me feel better too. You guys know why. Makes me feel better that he's willing to jump back on. So, Caitlin says, and then there were 3.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
I had 5 ducks of a feather to waddle with, to quack together. And each time they chop one off, and and then there were 3.
chop one off. That's not.
That's not how it went.
That's not morbid.
That's the short version.
That's not morbid at all.
No, not at all.
Since Fastback's beard makes it 4. That's
right.
So
Yeah,
okay,
making up
the
what
3
I'm lacking.
The 3 amigos dance. Yes.
Yeah.
We are the 3 amigos. I love that movie.
Oh yeah.
The 3 amigos.
You don't get that nowadays.
No. Well, no, you don't. It's so classic. So, okay. So I had like just other rapid kind of newsy stuff that didn't kind of fit anywhere. For starters, I want to know. I want to know who asked for a Borderlands movie. It wasn't me.
That was out of nowhere. I was surprised too.
I don't. Can you make a movie out of that?
Maybe Kevin Hart didn't want to do another Jumanji movie. Yeah, let's do something else.
Right. So instead he's going to do Borderlands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I never completed a whole Borderlands game. So.
Yeah.
I did 1 and I played most of 2. I really do like the humor of it. We'll see. I mean, Kevin Hart, he's a funny guy. Hopefully they can get it right.
Well, so Kevin Hart is going to play Roland.
Yeah.
So, which, it's kind of weird. Because he's Roland's not a comedy. Roland's not a comedic character in Borderlands, but Kevin Hart is. Kevin Hart's,
yeah.
Really
you would think Kevin Hart would play Claptrap instead.
Right. And he's almost got part of the voice for it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand how this movie came about. So Pog says Kevin Hart should be playing Tiny Tina. So, for those who don't know how the Borderlands movie came alive, so Eli Roth, who I know from Inglourious Bastards. You guys ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So remember the Bear Jew? The one with the baseball bat?
Oh yeah.
That's Eli Roth. And somehow he is directing this movie. I don't know how this happened. Cate Blanchett is going to be in this movie. She is playing Lilith.
Oh.
So you have Cate Blanchett as Lilith. You have Kevin Hart as Roland, which doesn't make sense. It's really I don't even, I mean, like you said, Peter, what's the story? I mean,
What is the story? I don't know the story of the of the game either. Give me the 10 seconds.
open world bad guy named Jack.
I mean,
kind of Mad Maxy.
yeah, it's just kind of chaos. I mean, I don't know, it had something to do with corporates, and they send people down to different planets to hunt down loot.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of Outer Worlds kind of to it.
Yeah.
But Outer Worlds had a big story. This one, I don't remember the true story, except, run and gun kind of thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, the movie was announced in 2015, so it's not like, I mean, it's been in the works for a little while, but now it's finally getting kind of underway for filming.
But they're not announcing anybody else, so.
No, it's right now it's right now it's Eli Roth. Well, I don't know if Eli's going to be in it. He's just directing it. So right now it's just Cate Blanchett and Kevin Hart. And then, I mean, they're gonna need to find somebody to play Jack. This is just really weird. I'm not, I don't know who asked for this.
I mean, it could be Kevin Hart. Maybe he played the game. He liked it. He's like, hey.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the clout to say if he wants to try something, I'm sure he'd get the right people together and, hey, I want to try this,
No.
He makes money. He's like The Rock. If The Rock wants to be in Covert, the G.I. Joe, he's going to be in G.I. Joe,
I guess. I don't know, man. It's a movie I'm not just sure why. It's like be like making a Fallout 76 movie. So
yeah.
Have a good night, Anthem, and man, I the feelings likewise. It really is. Yeah. I appreciate you, brother, and I'm, like I say, I'm continuing to pray for your family, for your wife and your mom, and hopefully they get full recoveries on both. All right, brother. So, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this.
Yeah.
There's just not much. So.
Yeah, you think we get
we're
a
watching
Gears
Netflix,
or Halo movie first? But
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe an HBO Plus Max.
Okay, so we talked a bit about since we're rapid firing here, let me bring it up. So we did allude earlier to the upcoming PS Plus games.
Mm-hmm.
I did grab those for this month. It's actually probably one of the best months I've seen in a very long time for PlayStation Plus.
They've had some pretty decent months, the past few.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec. Here we go.
That's why I said it. That's why Live Gold should be just like even cheaper. Cut out those games, Because if you don't play games, you get Game Pass.
Yeah. So, okay. So we got Yobi's question for the night too. So we're going to hold on to that one. We'll have that shortly. All right. So February's PlayStation Plus games. Control, the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah. Underline that. Ultimate.
Yeah. Because that's kind of important.
Mm-hmm.
Because see how it says PS4, PS5? They're gonna get the update for the PS5.
Yeah.
And Xbox Game Pass folks are not gonna get the update for the Series X. Although
maybe that can be a perk.
Maybe, but why?
Phil, if you're listening, it could be a perk.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be.
Well, the Remedy
Well,
seems to have
but then the perk will be for everybody who owns Control, regardless.
Yeah.
It's but yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
Why the game is a separate version with the but that those enhancements and to begin with, that's already questionable.
Yeah.
But the other game, Concrete Genie, I played it. It's awesome. It's an awesome game. It's very enjoyable.
Now, is that one backward compatible? It doesn't say PS4, PS5.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Okay.
I have no reason.
Why doesn't it say it?
It's most.
I don't know.
Well, maybe the other one. I think the Destruction All Stars, you only get it if you have a PS5.
Uh-huh.
And for Control, the ultimate part with the enhancements is only for PS5 and not for PS4. So I think that's why they put both of them on there.
That could be. No. So yeah.
But
so
most, if not all PS4 games are backwards compatible on the PS5,
right?
Except some VR ones, maybe.
Yeah. So maybe I wonder if the difference is Control standard editions in Game Pass. You get it for as long as it's in Game Pass versus, PS Plus, where if you miss it, you don't get it.
Snooze, you lose.
Right. Geeks with Cash is asking, why is everyone giving away Control? I said, don't get me wrong. It seems like a good game. It's just odd that it's the main giveaway this month. Well, I think sales have pretty much dropped on it.
They didn't do all that well in the beginning anyway.
No.
How did this game do it in general?
I don't think it did very well. I don't think it did as well as yeah, no. Well, that's a good question. That's actually a good question.
But I think it's like, so now, Control is a multi-platform game.
Mm-hmm.
And, sometimes you have to wonder if, like, multi-platform doesn't mean more sales. It can mean that at that point is like, I think Remedy had a lot of,
Pong said just over 2 million.
Man, that's not a whole lot.
It's not for
more than
multi-plat.
a lot, but it depends on how much they paid. Yeah. Put into it.
Yeah.
Normally, you want to get 5 million, right? For some games, depend on try to break even or make some money.
Well, for Game Pass, I know that they might try to make money on buying the expansions, which I would be in favor of buying an expansion.
Yeah.
If it was the Ultimate Edition, like I think
the Ultimate
that's
Edition comes with all this expansion. It's the whole 9 yards.
Right, but you could get. So the 2 expansions are $8.99 a piece.
How about the whole Ultimate Edition for $20?
Let's see.
Sale.
Yeah. Control.
I gotta play. You know what? I gotta play the regular game first, and if I think it's worth, then and maybe that's what they're trying to do is, put it out there on Game Pass, put it out here on the PlayStation Plus, and get people to, hey, I kind of like this. Let me buy the. But this is Ultimate Edition, so it only has
$31.99 for the Ultimate Edition, and it's still $31.99, even if you have the Standard Edition. There's no upgrade. I mean, this is which is 505 really screwed the pooch on that one. But and it's funny because even on the Game Pass on my Microsoft's the Xbox site, it says you could play Control with your Xbox Game Pass for console or buy Control Ultimate Edition.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, in this case, Sony has one-upped Microsoft on this. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's
well, yeah. Except what you said. This is just this 1 month. If you don't get it,
yeah.
You snooze, you lose.
You snooze, you lose. So, but
and if you don't have if you let your Plus go, then you lose it.
Right? But if you let your Xbox, if you let your Game Pass go, you lose the standard edition.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. So that's a shame. But Destruction All Stars and Concrete Junior are also solid games. This is a very solid month for.
Yeah.
No. De Niro said Remedy is still mad Phil let Control slip way back when. So
yeah. Out of control or out of their control?
Yeah.
That's how the title was born.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Well, you did bring up the Medium earlier with Metacritic. I took a look at that while we were talking.
And what did you find?
Well, it's sitting at 71. Which in and of itself would be, one of those cringeworthies. Until I actually started looking. See, this is what remember that I used to be part of Metacritic. So they used to grab our reviews.
It used to be Metacritic Mullis, but yeah.
Yes, it used to be, yes. Actually, you could still, even though you can't get the links to it, you can still find some Metacritic stuff from us. It's just the link doesn't go anywhere. Most of the big sites gave this game an 80 or better. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I saw that.
Believe it or not, GameSpot, of all places, which usually, let's be honest, GameSpot docks you for being an Xbox game. They gave it a 90.
That's quite high.
IGN.
But maybe they appreciated more like, the music as well,
Yeah.
There's like two different set of composers based upon, the current, the two different worlds.
IGN, Windows Central, Gaming Trend, a bunch of places gave it an 80. So, I mean, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, a bunch of sites I've never heard of give them, low scores, except for VG247, but they're a horrible publication. They gave it a 60. This site called Gaming Bible, which I've never heard of in my life.
Yeah.
Gave it a 30. Yeah, gave it a 30. Yeah.
Out of what?
Hold on, I'm looking.
Out of 50 or out of 100? That's all like.
Don't know.
And that site just started.
A 3 out of 10.
Yeah. To me, it's like when you get below a 5, the game has to be bad. It
has to be broken.
Broken, yeah.
So,
I think overall I heard that it's a good game. People enjoyed it, but mechanically,
Sure.
It's a particular genre,
Yeah.
It's just,
right.
And
it's,
I don't know. People should rate it for what it is, not what you think it should be, or
what the hype was, because it did get a lot of hype. But I think people need to also temper their expectations. This is the same developer that did Blair Witch,
right? Which I enjoyed as well.
Yeah,
except there's one puzzle scene. It's like what?
Besides that, Bloober Team did Layers of Fear, Blair Witch, and Observer. So it was a big project for them too.
Yeah.
You're right. Get it for what it is. That's what.
Right. And if you hate horror games, then, unless you can objectively, review a game, and don't review it then. Just don't make an attempt.
Right.
I mean, if you already hate the game, you hate horror kind of games, then, I mean, what will your top rating be to begin with? That might be a 5 at this point, out of a 10.
Yeah, my the best best example I think I can think of is my son Seth. If he doesn't want to eat something, and he's got himself predisposed to not liking what we're gonna give him, he'll like touch it on his tongue and go, "I don't like this," and I constantly tell him, because you don't want to like it. You don't want to like it, so you automatically it doesn't taste good to you automatically. And when I make him actually put it in his mouth and take a whole bite, he goes, "Oh, well, wait a minute, this isn't that bad."
It's
and
like,
that's
you better like it because you had it last month too, and you liked it. That's what my daughter's like, more protesting. They're like,
"All right, you ate this last month. Why are you?"
So I mean, what's the criteria to have your score on Metacritic?
You just have to be apparently you could be anything, because I've never heard a gaming Bible before. I mean, I think you have to have some sort of decent following. I mean, NLGaming.com we were a million hits a day. So I mean, we were legit enough that places like Metacritic and those sites, there were two of them. There was Metacritic and there was another one that I can't. It slips my mind at the moment. The most dramatic title ever. Yeah. Good night, Brother De Niro. I can't remember the name of the it was but there were two big game score places. We were both part of them. So, but nowadays, I mean, there you go. Gaming Torah.
Yeah.
Very good, Peter. And you spelled it right and everything.
Oh, that's because I had looked it up, because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Give him an emoji just for that.
There you go. It's going to be a yarmulke. I'm going to put a yarmulke emoji on for all of our Jewish members. So, all right. So next up, Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.10. Fixed a bug that was in 1.11. Fixed a bug that was in 1.10. And I don't know. Have you seen any? Well, you're playing on you wouldn't tell. You're playing on a series, so.
But I will say, when I did play it the other day, it did look smoother than before. I'm playing in performance mode. No, wait. I was playing in performance mode, then I switched over to graphics mode. And I mean, it's playing good. It's pretty smooth. So, but I don't know.
I'm playing Valhalla on the performance mode, and once in a while, it chugs a little.
Right.
See, and I was seeing people saying that too about Cyberpunk, and so like I was playing on performance mode, and sometimes when you're driving, especially in the city, you got all these lights, and it feels like everything's trying to stabilize, right? As you're, but I'm not seeing that now. So I don't know. We'll see.
No, we'll see. So, what else is going on? There's not a lot on the overall PlayStation front. I usually try to. So what I try to do is.
Oh, the one game is delayed till April.
Right. Hang on, I saw it.
Returnal?
Yeah.
It was Returnal. Returnal.
Yeah. There you go.
Delayed till April 30th. And here we go. Returnal has a new release date of April 30th, 2021. Sony Interactive Entertainment and Housemarque have made a decision to move the release date in order to give the team extra time to continue to polish the game to the high level of quality players expect from Housemarque. See you in April.
Other games
funny.
are going to be in April too.
Which is funny because it was going to be released March 19th, so it's only a month.
Yeah.
So
You've heard that
looks
before,
like
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, right. Actually, looks like since we're talking about delays, missed this. I think we missed this last. No, we talked about this. Harry Potter got
Yes,
delayed
we
to
did talk about
2022. We did talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Panda says Returnal features the most bland-looking protagonist ever. Could be.
Yeah.
On the New Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the game I'm looking forward to.
I know.
I don't know when that will be.
I have not heard anything new on that either. So that's all the big news of this week. I'm not seeing anything
Funk Soul
else.
says Ratchet & Clank is making launch window.
Launch window.
Yeah.
The new saying nowadays.
Well, they hedged their bets on that and said it's coming in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was I didn't think it was coming. I didn't think it was coming that fast because you hadn't seen much about it other than the trailer.
Yeah.
So, and I do a search for Ratchet and Clank in the news section, and there's just not a lot.
Yeah.
So, in fact, there's just not a lot of. I mean, again, and I say this all the time. I do these searches. I search PlayStation. I search Xbox. I'm getting more hits on Xbox news right now than PlayStation news. It seems like they, like Sony just put stuff out fewer and far between.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because, it's hard. It's hard to talk about PlayStation when they don't say anything.
That's true.
So, hey, but a piece of third-party news. Project Jeff, what's up, brother? Third-party news. Division 2 next-gen update for Xbox Series X and PS5, February 2nd.
My question is like, why? The game is now so old. It's like, move on. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's
Will I
still...
go back? I don't know. Maybe.
Well,
I didn't finish
dude,
it,
for
so
4K 60, I'll go back. I'll go back for 4K 60.
The thing is, like, there are new games coming out that we jump on, That's the problem.
I know, but the
it's just
Division 2 was a lot of fun when we played it.
It was a lot of fun.
I mean, there were some great adventures we had in that game.
Same thing with Ghost Recon. I believe they did some stuff too.
So, and which
to go back to that.
I didn't get Wildlands though. I got I still have the older one, but I didn't get Wildlands.
Wildlands was great. We enjoyed that, right, Peter?
Yes.
Well,
So, with all these games being delayed, what big games are coming out in February?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see. February video game releases.
And the answer is
Delayed.
Yeah. Yes, this link has been delayed till 2022.
Even Outriders was supposed to. I know people were talking about that, but didn't that get delayed to April?
That's a good question.
A lot of that.
All right, here we go. Here is the February calendar. New season of Apex Legends. Let's go to games. All games. All right, so Hitman 3 just came out. We keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
Cyber Shadow just came out.
and it looks good,
It does. It does. And since it's in Game Pass,
Ooh,
I am thinking of trying to get a decent 4K capture card so I can, because I want to stream, but I don't want to stream to Twitch with no like overlay or anything like that.
Well, plus it's like if you and also when you want to stream through your console, it's like for me since at that point it goes from your HDR 4K game to like a non-HDR
1080. Yeah.
Desktop. I have to reset my monitor. It's such a pain in the neck.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
I really hope they do it so you can stream from your console to any, streaming service by just typing in the code, your streaming key and all that stuff.
Right. I would like to do that too. And somebody's got to do overlays.
And an overlay. I mean, what's so hard about that?
I don't know. Project Jeff said he's been liking Cyber Shadow so far, and so is Panda Sub. All right, so here's what's coming in February. The Control update that Xbox gamers won't get.
Little Nightmares 2. Is that on there?
I haven't gotten. I'm only in the beginning of February. Neo 2 for the PC. The Neo Collection for PlayStation 5. Little Nightmares 2, which comes out on February 11th. On the Road Truck Simulator. Let's see. That's an Xbox exclusive too. That's your system seller right there. Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury for the Switch. My kids like that, although I think Jacob's or Seth's been playing the heck out of Super Mario. That's it. No, wait, hold on. That
Werewolf, Earthblood,
Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection for you there, Peter, on Switch.
Yeah.
Destruction All Stars comes out in February, and that's of course on.
Right.
The Capcom Arcade Stadium comes out at the end of Feb. I mean, that's really. Other than that, it's just filler.
To me, I'm okay because, I got to go back to Watch Dogs, and I do want to play Valhalla. I might pick that up after I finish Watch Dogs. So
yeah,
I
mean that's now affordable.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything big. I want to get Far Cry 6, and that's in April. So got some time to play some of these games.
Well. Now, March is going to be a slightly bigger month.
Yeah.
So March has Yakuza Like a Dragon for PS5.
Yeah.
Ground Zero Texas Nuclear Edition for the PS4 and PC. Take it easy, geeks. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, RBI Baseball 21, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake.
I'm interested in that. Mass Effect.
Me too.
Prince of Persia. Remember what we've seen? It looked pretty rough.
Yeah, it did.
And they showed it. So hopefully they.
I'm good playing my Xbox versions with the M Classic.
There you go.
So, yes, I mean it's kind of barren for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking into even the rest of Q1.
When's Far Cry coming out? Is this April?
Yeah.
Outriders is April. Near Replicant is April. So April looks like a big month. Returnal is April.
Yeah.
Portal Reloaded is April. I don't see anything for
Amigo.
Ah, yes, an Amico.
Yeah.
Resident Evil Village, Reverse, Deathloop. Far Cry 6 is May 26th.
Oh, May.
May. Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Dang, man.
Back for Bloods in June. So once we get to May, things start to pick up.
Yeah.
But up till then, it's kind of good time to catch up on stuff.
Mm.
Good time.
So it's almost like towards the end of second quarter.
Right. Looking at May, Pong. I do not see Warrior 5 mechs in the list for May. Let me see if I see it at all.
Yeah, you said April.
Need a new mech warrior. Oops. Oh, illegal. Oh, I just crashed their site.
Boom.
Let's see. Mech Warrior 5 Mercs is
Drum roll.
December 10th, 2019.
Yeah. Remember? No.
Yes, 13 months ago. Now I don't know what that they're not. That was PC, so I don't know. I don't know about anything else.
Yeah, spring 21. Who knows when they count spring?
Yeah. Oh. All right, that's all the rapid news I've got. How about you guys? Any other rapid news?
I think we've covered it all.
I think we have. I think we
can do Yobi's question.
Yep, and we put people to sleep because a lot of people have gone to bed. So
Yeah.
that's when we know it's our time.
Here, so.
Yep. So, all right. So Yobi's question and then our final thoughts of the week. So let me go back and find Yobi's question. So we're gonna negotiate with Yobi for his night to come on.
Oh, yeah.
So then he could ask us the question.
We can start with a question.
That's right.
All right,
I know I just saw it. Okay. Question of the week. If you were to receive a grant of $1 billion, what type of company would you create, in turn creating thousands of jobs? Ooh. Yobi. My man.
So deep.
Tell you what, people might not like my my answer, but you guys.
Okay, you go first then. No.
Let's see. I would open up an underground Keystone Pipeline. I don't know, man. I would get into, I don't know, $1 billion. I might get into electronics manufacturing. There's a lot of, I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of room for that left. A lot of things going on. So I'd go into electronics manufacturing myself.
Yeah, for thousands of jobs, manufacturing normally is the way to go.
Yeah. I love how he stumps us.
Yeah.
Well, okay. If I want to be like Elon Musk, his thing was, he's got Tesla going, right? So he's getting into the, electric cars, self-driving. And not too long ago, I just saw Cadillac was creating a kind of like a flying car, but it's more like a big drone type deal where you can sit in it, and it looks like a drone, but a big. So I would do a startup, be like Tesla and start up a flying drone cars, and maybe a cheaper version than Cadillac. Most of us can't afford. And of course, it'd be self-flying. You can't manually fly, and it'd be had GPS, so you don't have to worry about take you wherever you got to go. So.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Flying cars are needed.
We're gonna have to name it after the Jetsons. One of the Jetsons cars, flying cars. Watch one of those episodes.
You still thinking, Peter?
I don't know.
All right. While you're
What about a fact checker factory?
one that actually works?
One that works.
Okay.
Partial AI, partial human being. For as a balance. I don't know.
It's
Something
definitely
like
going to be a Mustang Coupe.
Coop. All right, so Yobi says, I'll open up a new internet service with no data caps, no BS policy, for the people, by the people, one flat rate, no hidden fees, one plan, no contracts, $49.99 a year.
At 2 megabits up and down.
Yeah. And right, and no right, hiding from the FCC every day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that one of the goals that Elon Musk wanted to put satellites up in space and have pretty much?
He is putting
Open
up
up.
in space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to open up the, I think, free internet. I think
He's trying.
That's his goal.
He is trying. So, that's a good one. So, Pong Soul's got a nice one. Healthy fast food restaurant chain. That's kind of a it's kind
They're
of a
already doing
misnomer.
it. It's called the Impossible Meat Burger.
Ugh. Yeah.
They're already getting in on it.
And what about
Yeah.
the meat? Yeah, the meat that grows in a petri dish, full
Yeah, there you
scale.
go. Starlink.
There you go. Downloads, upload speeds will be 900 megabit.
But here's the thing: there's still latency.
Well, coming
That's-
from satellites, yes, there are.
Yeah.
So,
It's-
Pong Soul said, "Take my money," or Yobi said, "Take my money." So, Scott P says, "AOL
Yeah.
2.0."
Yes.
So. All right. Not bad. Not bad
Yeah.
choices this week.
Good stuff. Yeah.
So, all right. Our final thoughts. It's our final thoughts of the week. Could be anything we want. Please don't tell the head fund managers.
Mhm.
So, can be anything you want. Gaming, non-gaming, doesn't matter. Peter, what is your final thought of the week before we get on out of here?
I don't know. Just have a good time gaming.
Okay.
So many good games. Regardless
yes,
if there are any new big AAA releases in February, March, or April, it doesn't matter. There's so many good games still to play and to be played.
Indeed. Okay, Chris, final thoughts.
Well, maybe I'll stick to how the week was going. Just give your feedback to these companies. They're not your friends, but they want your feedback, and do it respectfully. As we can see, people spoke up, and company that's in it for money went back and changed things and gave back some. So, but as long as I think everybody just needs to be respectful, give feedback, be cool about it. So,
The power of your voice.
yep, power of your voice and the power of your wallet. That's how you vote
Yep.
with these companies.
Okay.
Now
My
your
final
turn, Mike.
my final thought of the week. I'm disappointed in what in what I thought was a good subscription service, and this week I have canceled my Retro Game Treasure box subscription, and I'm looking at Video Games Monthly. A note to folks that are doing these subscription based services. People pay money for your service so that they can collect. They can not only collect games, but every once in a while get a good gem or something like that. So this is the easiest way to turn off anybody who's subscribing to your service. Number one is you send them a Tiger Woods golf game 4 out of 5 months. That's a good first sign indicator that you're going to lose a client. So this will be our last Retro Game Treasure video that Seth and I do, and I'll just tell you right now what the games are. We got I got NBA 2K for the Dreamcast, which, okay, it does complete my collection. I got 2K, 2K1, 2K2. The DS game we got is something called Alpha and Omega. Never heard of it. Got a PlayStation game, Hot Wheels something or other. And then for the coup de grace, because I only had one of the $3.99 Burger King games, Sneak King, which I got last month. This month, Retro Game Treasure sent me the other one, Big Bumpin', or whatever the heck the game is.
I'm sorry. It's like you told me a couple of days ago, and I had to laugh. I still have to laugh. I'm sorry.
I am too. So you know what?
You know, if you had him another month, you know what you would have gotten, right?
The third game. Yeah.
Probably.
So I'll give indulge me for a quick second. Let's see. Indulge me on this for a very quick second. You're gonna get a sneak peek into. Hold on, let me share my screen. You're gonna get a sneak peek into the raw video before I add the effects and before I add the split screen, and I don't even know if I'm gonna do footage on this. So we're going through and we're getting these games. Here's the Hot Wheels game. You know, let me turn it up a little bit. Okay. What? All right. So Alpha and Omega. Don't even know what that game is. Just a little bit. Seth has no interest in it, and you guys can basically see it for yourself. What Alpha and Omega is. Yeah. So we get this last game, and it's a yeah, you do. It's at the bottom too. All right, hold on. And it's unopened. No, I don't want to break the box. We've never broken a box before. All right, hold. I got it. Okay, got my eyes closed. Got my eyes closed. What system is it for? Xbox. Okay, Xbox. Yeah, Seth does not look happy. A golf game. Okay. All right. Good first start. Does it have a Burger King? No, stop it.
Yes, it does.
What? I was kidding. I was totally kidding. There has to be. Seth doesn't know what to do at this point.
He's a cute kid.
Big Bumpin'.
How old is Seth?
11.
Oh, okay.
There are times, son, when I just don't understand. And I have to get serious for a second here. Now, I actually contacted Retro Game Treasure Box because, as you guys all know, they sent us in 4 out of 5 boxes in the last 5 months. They sent us a Tiger Woods game. In last month's box, which you can see right here on the NLG channel with Seth and I, what did they send us last month? Do you remember?
I think it was Sneak King.
It was Sneak King. One of the Soul says life is full of disappointments, my son. At Burger King. So the only place you could get it was at Burger King. And I was like, okay, sure. Send us Tiger Woods and then send us Sneak King. I'm stunned. I'm legitimately stunned that this company that we pay $35 a month for would also now send us 2 Burger King games back to back. I'm just going to look it up. So it turns out that it's worth $3. So that is, it just, I don't even know. I don't even know what so I canceled my subscription because that was just the last straw.
Yes.
It was the last straw. Like, I don't even want to do the video at this point. I don't even want to play the games. Yeah, we're still going, bro. We're still going. I know in the meantime you were playing Cyber Shadow, and I'm going to go back and check out your stream afterwards. Bro, you missed my thing on the Razor Kishi. So, but yeah, so I canceled my Retro Game Treasure box, and I'm gonna take a look at Video Games Monthly. The only thing Video Games Monthly doesn't have that Retro Game Treasure box at least advertised was Sega CD games, but honestly, never got a Sega CD game from Retro Game Treasure either, and I don't think I ever would, because apparently there's no Tiger Woods games for Sega CD. So Seth isn't happy in the video, don't upload it. So it's Yobi, he loves doing those though. He really loves doing those videos. So he was, yeah. So no,
you're almost better off taking $35, go to your retro store, saying like, hey, let's see what we can get.
Well, that's what we do. So that's what we're going to do with, that's what I did with all the, believe it or not, that's what I did with all the excess Tiger Woods games. I kept the Xbox 2005 game because that really was the best of the bunch. But Project Jeff said, I just looked up the Alpha and Omega DS game. Turns out a game based on a feature film. So yeah, so dear subscription companies, that's not how you keep a customer. I'm not expecting to get, the biggest game ever on the Xbox, or the biggest DS game ever. I'm not expecting that. And I'm fully expecting to kind of get filler stuff here and there. But you can't keep a customer by sending him junk every month. And that's really what was happening. It was a lot of junk every month. So, Rich, good night, brother. You lasted almost the whole show because we're getting ready to roll. But I had to. That's a sneak peek of of probably what's coming next week when I get it done. I just don't even know if I want to do the footage. I don't know. So, no, they do, but every once in a while it would be nice to get a nice game. You can't just keep sending me Tiger Woods Golf and expect me to stay. John, they sent me. If you go back and look, they sent me a Tiger Woods golf game for the Wii. 4 out of 5, or at all, 4 out of 5 boxes had either Tiger Woods for the Wii or the last one was Tiger Woods 2005 for the Xbox. 4 out of 5 boxes. The videos are on our channel, I swear to God. And the last one was the same thing. The last video that we did when I got Tiger Woods 2005, I said, Seth, what's the game? And he said, Tiger Woods. And I thought he was like playing with me. And I said, no. And he goes, really? I mean, that's all you have to know.
I mean, aren't you supposed to get like one kind of a gem and the rest filler?
I don't know. I mean, I don't.
But even
I don't
that
know.
is like, where's the gem at?
Right. The only game that was worth anything. Seth no happy equals delete the footage. The only game that I ever got in these boxes that was really worth anything was a GameCube game called Pro Rally. Actually, we got 2 GameCube. A Wii game I got without the box and the manual. I got the Blob, and the Blob is actually a pretty good game. I kind of enjoy that, and it's actually the Xbox version is on Game Pass, and because I like the controller better, I think I'm gonna play it on that. But you're supposed to get at least decent stuff. Herbie's Rally, Race Rally is not, one. To be fair, we did get they did 1 month get Lego Pirates of the Caribbean on the DS.
Oh, okay.
But, and I did get Dead to Rights, which I hadn't had in a while. I did get Medal of Honor Pacific, whatever that was. I mean, it's not that I didn't get great, I did get some solid games. But, you just can't send me the same golf series over and over and
No.
over, and then send me 2 Burger King games and expect me to be happy with that. Just no. And he knew it too, because I pointed Buck the guy from Retro. I pointed him to the video. I said, "Hey, you got to watch the last video because it is priceless." So no, John, I do get that. I get that they have to. They can't send me a box of awesome Dreamcast games. I get that, and I expect to get some filler. You just can't send me the same sports game over. It would be like sending me a Madden game every month.
Yeah. That would be after you get all 4 Burger King games.
Right. You can't send me the set. Right. It's like I was collecting the set.
Yeah. Collect them all. Hey, maybe then it's worth something.
$3.
If it's like the Monopoly game at McDonald's, the last one is impossible to find.
No. So that's just it, Panda. There is a list of what they have a list of what they sent me, and the guy was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. No problem, I will take care of this." And so he probably went into the back and he said, "Hey guys, no more Tiger Woods games for that Mullis guy." And then the person in the back room said, "Fine, I know what I'll send him."
I don't know how big the operation is. Maybe it's like no Tiger Woods games. Just put the box aside for a few months till he forgets.
I would have thought seriously after complaining like that too, that they might just say, "All right, look, that's a little excessive. We'll no Tiger, just Burger King games from here out." All right, let's send him something. $35 a month, Retro. John, $35 a month. Let's send him. You know what? Hey, let's send him an extra specially good box, because look, legitimately, guy's got a legitimate issue, and he's sticking around. Because I said last month, I said I don't want to leave. But if you send me any more Tiger Woods games, I'm going to cancel. I said, look, I'm hoping that you do the right thing.
I think the Burger King, that was a peace offer. Like,
right.
Sorry. Yes,
the most ironic part, both those games were completely unopened.
You know what you get, right? What's sealed is pre-Corona air. Priceless.
Open it up and get that nice Corona.
Yeah.
2019 air.
Exactly.
Jeez. So that's my final thought of the. That's rare. Yes, and worth a whole $3, Pong. Yes, he did just say pre-Corona air. John says I have dirty magazines with pics of pre-Corona air. All right. Let's get out of here, gentlemen.
Man, that takes a lot of restraint not to go through it.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, hey, everybody who has stuck around till the end of the show, all 12 of you, my hat's off to you. Thank you guys. We love you guys. You guys all know that. So let me get through the spiel real quick. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you get notified of all of our upcoming videos and stuff.
It's not a Taco Bell bell.
It's not a Taco Bell bell. No. Hit that notification button. That way you can tell when our stuff's coming up. We've got I've got more videos coming, and of course you'll know when the NLG show goes live. Also, join we'd love for you to join the Friends of NLG. It's only $2 a month. If you hit the join button, you get access to all those cool emojis, and the more of you sign up, the more emojis I will put up. I did put up an NES one during the show for Brother Chris and all the Nintendo brothers and sisters in the chat. We get up a couple more, I will certainly add I'll add an SNES one, and if we get up a couple more, I'll add a C64 one for Peter. Mm-hmm. So, and what I think what I'm doing is, so our members got to see the channel trailer before it goes live tomorrow, and I think going forward, videos that we put up, members will get a few day head start before they go live, as just a thank you. I mean, you know, we're not looking to do, you know, these tiers of, you know, because for us, it's more about just kind of doing things to make the channel better, but we're not here to make any real money off of the site. So, you know, $2 a month was kind of the minimum you could do. And if that gets you guys some cool emojis to play around with, like DragonHeartYOBY's doing and George Games is doing, and it gets you an opportunity to get your name in our end trailer and down in the description below, and you know, a few day head start on all of our videos, then that's just you know, that's our way of saying thank you for supporting us. Don't forget to we are a member of the founding member of the Gamers United Guild, and we have content pretty much all throughout the week. Tomorrow night is an incredible night, another incredible night of gaming shows. We got OEB Pete and Michael Garvey, PM in the PM, one of my favorite shows. And then after that, just an up-and-coming fantastic group, Mav and Caitlin and Pong, who's in the chat here, and 3-Bit and the crew, and AssassinLupa and the crew there for Xbox Ultimate. And then tomorrow night after Xbox Ultimate is gaming night. Then we have Sunday, Amico All Access, leading into Xbox TXR, the Xbox Roundtable. Nothing on Monday still. Tuesday is Four Guys with Quarters and Retro Renegades. Wednesday is Midweek Gaming with Stubbs. Oh, and Sunday is also Stubbs, the Stubbs Cast, where he does creator one-on-ones. Then on Thursday afternoons, he does non-creator one-on-ones with his Stubbs Cast. And then back to us on Thursday night for another NLG show where, I don't know, God knows what we're going to talk about next week. So... And you never know who's going to show up. People are just asking to be on. I have to hand it. I want to thank Rick and Juan both, because Rick texted me like on Friday of last week and said, "Hey man, I want to come on. You got room for me?" And then Juan went to Peter and said, "Hey, I want to come back on." And that's that means a lot to us. Yeah. So. You know, and Yobi, I know Yobi said he wanted to be on. He wanted to be on last week, but we had a full boat then, so we're gonna get Yobi on. Pong Soul, down at Pong Soul, is on the you know, the podcast tour. We got to book him before he's too busy for us. Yeah. Just remember us little guys, Pong. So, and congratulations, Yobi got his Series X.
Yep.
Very nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So anyway. Yeah. So that's it for us.
That's it.
I think we're get out of here.
Good stuff. A good first month of January.
Yeah.
The year 21. So
I think
Can you believe the month is almost over?
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I know. So, well, good night, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend. Make it a gaming weekend. We'll see you out. We'll see you out there. Play on, gamers.
Game on.
Take it easy, everybody. Have a good one.
Some of you hang out till the very end because you're going to see your name coming up.